Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic stream. Thank you guys for joining me here for some Sunday night football. And so, we're going to be watching the Indianapolis Colts go on the road against the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, the weather is going to be a big factor in this one, but this is two teams coming in here with 2 wins apiece and trying to right their season here, find a way to get on track. So we will see who's able to establish that. But returning to the starting lineup, Jimmy Garoppolo. And pretty much you have to feel that at this point, he's going to be out there pretty much playing for his job at this point. You know, if he can go out there, have a good performance, he may earn himself another week as a starter. But we know that Trey Lance, that's something that he's going to have to continue to fight off throughout the rest of the season here. So, just continue to set up a couple of things here. But, so the 49ers have the ball on offense first here. Let's see what they're going to do. Jimmy Garoppolo lines up under center. Got the fullback in the backfield. 2 receivers on the play and tight end. Let's see what happens. They take the snap. Fakes it to the back. Jimmy Garoppolo still has it. He's looking. He throws. It's completed. And that's going to be a gain of about 9 yards on the completion. So about a yard shy of the first down for the 49ers. And that was Deebo Samuel with the reception. And so, Jacob, thank you so much for joining the stream, man. Glad to have you here. There we go. Glad to have you here. Let me know what your projections is for this game. Who do you got winning? And what's your final score projection here? But glad to have you here. Meanwhile, that's a first down for the 49ers. That was Mitchell with a 4-yard carry up to the 35-yard line for the 49ers. Michael, thank you so much for joining the stream, man. Glad to have you here. How's it going? And let me know which team you got winning in this one and your final score projection. Meanwhile, we've got Jimmy Garoppolo up under center. We've got the fullback in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it to the back. In the back, he's met at the line, but he's able to power forward, and he's still moving forward. Gets about a good 5 yards on the carry. So great job by Mitchell there to power forward for 5 yards. And let's see, Jacob says 24-21 game-winning field goal for the Colts. And so, that's bold right there. That's bold. I know they said in the warm-ups that Bagley missed like 7 kicks during the warm-up. Meanwhile, the 49ers kicker did not miss any. And so coach has said they'll be a lot more aggressive on 4th down in terms of going for it. Obviously, with the weather being as it is. But Jimmy Garoppolo up under center. Fullback goes in motion, takes a snap, fakes it to the back. He's bootlegging. He's looking. He throws it, and it is caught by the receiver. I saw the defensive back coming up quick on that one. Thought it might have been picked off, but great job getting the reception on that one. That's going to be another first down for the San Francisco 49ers there. 1st and 10 at the 49ers 49-yard line. And so, 80s, thank you so much for joining the stream. Glad to have you here. And so you say Colts 31, Niners 24. So, okay, there you go. So we've got another one for the Colts here. All right, so here we go. Jimmy up under center. Fullback goes in motion, 1 back in the backfield, 2 receivers on the play. Fakes it. Toss it to Brandon Ayuk. He's running. He's looking. He's flipped up. Wow, literally flipped up on the play. What a tackle there. That's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards, taking it all the way to the Indianapolis 48-yard line. So now on Indianapolis Colts side of the field. So far in this drive, 5 plays, 30 yards, 2 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock so far in this one. So Michael's got the Colts as well, 27-23. Okay, nice. And so 80 says, JB, what happened to my Eagles? Before we get to that 80s, I will say I took Watkins out of my lineup, and I'm glad that I did. I found a better option, was able to pick up. I forget which receiver I picked up in this place. I think I picked up Kendrick Bourne instead. He was available. Someone had dropped him, so I picked him up instead. So your Eagles couldn't hurt me. But, that was tough. Meanwhile, you see Hasty, he's running. And that's going to be all the way to about the 26, 27-yard line. So what a run by Mitchell. So the 49ers looking really impressive right now. And so that's good news for the 49ers. Bad news for my fantasy football team, though, because thanks to Tampa Bay's defense against the Bears, I'm in a bit of trouble tonight. So I need the Colts defense to not give up, preferably any points. But I need some turnovers for the Colts defense tonight. I need their help. And listen, but your Eagles got off to an extremely slow start in that one. I will say that. I don't know how to explain what happened in that one. But here we go. Jimmy up under center. Receiver goes in motion, takes a snap, hands it to the back. He's going. He's running. And he looks like he's going to get the first down, and he does. Takes it all the way to the Colts 14-yard line. Eddie says you counted the Eagles out. That's why they got, the Ravens out. That's why they got smoked. And so that is not the case. That is not the case. I did say that I had the Bengals on watch for my upset. I picked the Ravens to win 31-24, but I said I thought it could be an upset for the Bengals potentially. But man, the Bengals came out and they showed out. So I was happy there. I know there's a couple Bengal fans on my channel, so I'm happy for them that the Bengals got to win. So maybe now people will respect the Cincinnati Bengals a lot more. Meanwhile, Jimmy hands it to the back. Mitchell, he's been having lanes all drive long, and that's a touchdown for the 49ers. Absolutely devastating for my fantasy football team, though, because they got the Colts defense. But great news for the Colts. So there we go. But yeah, a lot of crazy stuff was happening. Sam Darnold got benched for PJ Walker. My Patriots went out there, took care of business. That was great to see us get 31 points in the first half. It's been a while since I've seen that. I will say that. Jacob says thoughts on the matchups earlier in the day. So yeah, in terms of some of the matchups earlier today, like that Cincinnati-Baltimore game, that was one heck of a matchup. Not gonna lie, that was like the Bengals. They really showed up in that one. Joe Burrow, he looked poised in the pocket. Meanwhile, extra point is up. No good. He missed the extra point. Will it come back to hurt him later on? I don't know. But yeah, that definitely did. Meanwhile, let me see how many points am I down now in my fantasy league. It's terrible, guys. Terrible. I thought I was going to win until the Buccaneers just destroyed the Bears offense out there. I'm mad right now with Justin Fields. I am mad with him, but I'll get on that. But yeah, while we have some time at the commercial, yeah, the Bengals, really impressed with them. I think this was more of a statement for the Cincinnati Bengals than it was an indictment on the Baltimore Ravens. Green Bay took care of business against the Washington football team there. The Atlanta Falcons won. If you're the Dolphins and you're losing a close game to the Falcons, you got problems. You got some real problems. Patriots came out, took care of business, 54-13. My goodness. And so I'm a little upset that Bill took out, Damian Harris from my fantasy team. I could have really used those 2 touchdowns, but nonetheless, extremely happy about the Patriots being able to win that game like that against the Jets. They far exceeded my expectations for that game. The Giants beating the Panthers like that. I did not see that coming. 25-3, Sam Darnold. I don't know what's going on. Robbie Anderson. I don't know what's going on with Robbie Anderson this year. That's really hurting them. The Panthers, they need Christian McCaffrey back as soon as possible, or either to bring in Marlon Mack probably and see if that can jumpstart this offense. But they've got some troubles, some real troubles. Detroit fought hard, though. I will say that. Detroit fought hard. And Tennessee, that was a big win by Tennessee. That was a very big win by Tennessee, actually, today, to win in that fashion against the Kansas City Chiefs. Hope that Mahomes is good, though. But that's some of my thoughts there on the earlier games there. Make sure you guys press the thumbs up button already. Let's get this one going and see if we can get to about 10 thumbs up here, preferably before the end of the first quarter. Let's see if we can do that. If we can get to about 10 thumbs up, maybe that'll help my fantasy football team. I don't know, but we'll see. 80 says, it's your fault the Eagles lost. You jinxed them by taking off Chris from your team. I had to do it. I just had a feeling, a gut feeling. I had to go off that feeling. Michael says, what happened to the Baltimore Ravens? Well, I will say this. For the Baltimore Ravens, it was just Cincinnati made the plays when it mattered most. I was watching some of aspects of the game, and like the Baltimore Ravens defense, they got pressure on them, but those 50-50 plays, guys like Jamar Chase, once they made those big-time receptions, they were doing a great job of breaking tackles and then taking it the rest of the way. Their tight end also had a big play as well. And then on defense, for the Ravens, though, what can you say? It's just sometimes a team comes out and they play you very well. We saw that last week for Buffalo. They came out and they wasn't able to finish the deal against Tennessee. And, sometimes it happens. And so it was just a bad day for the Ravens on offense. Obviously, no Latavius Murray back there. Take that into account. But, yeah, that was absolutely crazy. That was crazy. Speaking of Buffalo, Mike, what's good, man? Glad to have you here on the stream. And you say that you're pumped to see the subscriber count popping. Hey, I appreciate you. Yeah, I know that it doesn't show you guys the exact number. I have to legit look at my studio app to see my exact number, but I'm one away from reaching 1,050. So we should see that hopefully update during this stream. That'd be great. But yeah, appreciate you. And yeah, definitely enjoying the journey here on this YouTube journey for sure, but appreciate you. Meanwhile, the kickoff is in the back of the end zone. So we're going to get to see the Colts offense come out here now. Let's see what we can see from Carson Wentz and company. Again, the weather will be a bit of a factor in this one. And so, but yeah, 80 says touchdown. And so, hello, Mike. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Mike says Robbie Anderson and the PA there can't catch a handoff. Hey, that's true. That is true. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz up under center. Tight end goes in motion. One back in the backfield. It's Jonathan Taylor. Takes the snap. Hands it to Taylor. Taylor makes a cut. Makes the guy miss. He goes for it for about 3 yards. I see that fight for the ball. Did he fumble it? Did he fumble it? They're digging for it in the pile. All we see are people pointing. 49ers are confident they have it. Do they have it? And the referee agrees with them. It's 49ers football. 49ers football. Let's see. Mike says, who would have known not on T. Marshall or Christian McCaffrey? And worst of all, they have nothing without the amazing Arnold. Hey, they're missing them. They are missing them. Meanwhile, the Jags are reaping all the benefits. You're right. They got their first W. So, hey, good point out for that one, Mike. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know I get on the Sports Blitz nerves every time I say P.J. Walker time, but it was legitimately P.J. Walker time down there in Carolina. That's not a good sign. If I'm the Panthers, I'm reaching out to Deshaun Watson. I'm like, look, his agent, and be like, look, we'll take you. We will take you. If you have to sit out the rest of the year, it'll make us feel better about the future of our team because they got too much talent right now to be struggling this much without Christian McCaffrey. Like, I mean, even without him, the early stages, they were doing better than this. They're just getting worse each week. You don't let the Giants do that to you. You don't let them stomp you out. You don't let that happen. Meanwhile, Jimmy takes it, hands it to the back. Mitchell, he's running. He's got blockers. Look at the lanes. Look at the holes that the 49ers are opening up in this one. And this is what you come to expect from the 49ers when they have their back in the backfield. That just goes to show having Mitchell in the backfield, that is big for them right there, having him in the backfield as opposed to when they had, Trey Sermon in the backfield. So that's good news right there for the 49ers. But look at their blocks out there. My goodness, I feel like I honestly could pick up 10 yards in that backfield behind that blocking. All right, so here we go. Jimmy up under center. Wait, they're gonna stop the play. That probably means it's gonna be on the offense. Let's see. Jacob says, I think MPJ will be great out there. And so, hey, it would be. And so Mike says he forgot the thumbs up. And so absolutely appreciate that there, Mike. Absolutely. And so 80 says, JB and Mike, did you see the King Henry throw that touchdown pass? Hey, that was a good play call right there. I saw that was like the first touchdown, I think, of the day of all the games. And so, yeah, I saw that one. That was an excellent play call because if Henry's running near the goal line, you best believe everybody's coming up. Everyone is coming up. Oh, man, I mean – guys, I'm very nervous right now. I mean, I cannot afford to have another defense cost me. I mean, the Buccaneers defense in my league gave the person I'm going against 21 points, 21 extra points from his defense, 12 points from his kicker. That's hurt me right now. Meanwhile, Samuels with the reception. All right, so back to about the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball at the Colts 16-yard line. Because, I was doing so good in my fantasy football games today, and then that happened. And so, yeah. 49ers takes a snap, fakes it. Jimmy's looking. He's on the move. The pressure's getting to him, so he just throws it. And so that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up. You can see the rain pouring down out there. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 10. We're in the first quarter, 8 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Jimmy lining up in the shotgun this time. 3 receivers on the play. 1 receiver goes in motion, takes a snap. He's looking. Jimmy's looking. Jimmy's running. Jimmy's looking and running. Jimmy throws it up there, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. Great coverage there by the Colts defense. That's going to force them to kick the field goal. Now, they did miss the extra point earlier. I will point that out. And so it's not going to be extremely all that easy to go out there and kick a field goal in this weather. AD says, JB, what do you think about Pretty Boy Garoppolo? Well, I'll put it this way. When I think of Jimmy, I think of a man that got paid. Meanwhile, 49ers kick is up, and it's good from 34 yards. So the 49ers are out to a fast start, 9-0 in this one, still early in the first quarter. But, yeah, Jimmy, I mean, when things are going great with Jimmy and you've got a great team around Jimmy, Jimmy can go out there and he can hold it down. However, the moment that you start putting more on Jimmy in terms of responsibilities, that's when Jimmy cracks. Like literally, he will get injured from all the pressure of having to do too much for a team. So Jimmy is just good on paper, So, yeah, if you put too much on him, it's not going to last. He's a quarterback you need as a backup. If he has to come in and start 2 games, he can do that. Anything more than asking him to start 3 games, you're going to end up getting injured. I saw it with my Patriots. I'm seeing it with the 49ers multiple times. And so that's how I feel about Pretty Boy Garoppolo, I guess you can say. Hold on one second. Let's see what did Mike says. Mike says, 80s JB Nation, the Titans were nothing, and now they knock off the Bills and the Chiefs. What's going on? It's that thing that I like to call momentum, and momentum in football is about who's peaking at the right time. I always say it, and I'll continue to always say it. Football is a game of getting hot in the right months and then being able to continue that moving forward. That's why a team like the Tennessee Titans, they can go out there early in the season, lose to the Jets in embarrassing fashion like that. Then all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, bounce back, beat Buffalo, get some momentum going, get King Henry going. And then all of a sudden, they're peaking now. A.J. Brown, he's actually relevant in fantasy football again. More than relevant now. Had a big game today, big game last week. He's starting to feel himself now. Now the Tennessee Titans at 5-2, they're looking like a legitimate threat again. That's just how football is. Kansas City Chiefs, they're on the opposite end right now. They're just ice cold at this moment right now. I mean, like I'm looking like, man, I wish we were playing the Kansas City Chiefs right now. This is how they're going to play right now before they get it going. So, I mean, that's just how football is. And we're seeing that with a lot of teams. A couple weeks ago, we saw the Jaguars and the Bengals. They had a tough one. But now the Bengals, they've gotten it going since then. And now they just beat the Baltimore Ravens, who many people thought were the hottest team in the AFC. Our second hottest team is what I thought after that Chargers win. So that's how football is. It's a game of momentum. That's how it is. 80 says, Mike, I wish I knew. I didn't see that coming. And so, I mean, I'm pretty sure you saw the video, Mike, where I did say I had the Ravens winning 31-24, but I said I would not be surprised if there was an upset in my prediction video. I said that. I said I felt like that was a game that could be an upset and all like that, even though the Bengals had never beaten Lamar Jackson prior. Just looking at how they were playing, how they match up, I felt like, it was a possibility. It was a possibility. Now, I was wrong the week before with the Chargers and Ravens, so I can't take too much credit, but I'll take credit this week. And so, speaking of the 49ers, Mr. 49ers himself, Jay in the Bay, has joined the stream. Glad to have you here, man. What's good with you? What's good with you? And so I know you got Jimmy G back out there for your 49ers. Mitchell's looking impressive. I like the way that the run blocking is going. Absolutely looking really good right now for your 49ers. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz, play action fake. He throws it. That's Jonathan Taylor. Taylor tries to make a guy miss, but wrapped up. That's going to be a loss of half a yard. And so you have to wonder if this bad weather plays to the favor of the 49ers. I will say that because, that bad weather, that's going to keep the Colts from being able to spread it out, air it out, all those deep passes and stuff. That's going to make things a little bit more tricky in this one. And now you've got Bosa. He's already looked like he's juicing up out there, getting ready to get after it. So, hey, only thing I wish is that I had a defense to start other than the Colts defense. But in the 16-person league, got to do something different. I saw that, Mike. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz takes the snap, throws it, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Man, I wish I had the 49ers defense this week. I really need a strong defense. But instead, I got the Colts. Got the wrong defense in this one. But yeah, you guys are off to a great start. Mike says, listen to JB on his high horse after the Pats mopped the floor with the Jets. I didn't even bring that up. You know, we just went out there and it felt good. We saw all the other rookie quarterbacks that got the start go out there and struggle. I'm not pointing any fingers at a certain quarterback in Chicago. I'm just saying, you know, Mac Jones did go out there and look way better in this one. That's all I'm saying. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz steps up, evades the pressure. He's going to go deep. He's going deep, and it is caught. But there is a penalty. So let's see if the penalty is going to stand or what. But what a pass that was by Carson Wentz. Okay, so the pass interference was not enough to help him. Michael Pittman with the big-time play, with the reception, and that was, 57 yards against Josh Norman, taking it all the way to the 49ers' 19-yard line. Oh, yeah, he just flat out got beat on that one. And so, yeah, there you go. And so, Mike, Mike's coming for me here. Meanwhile, Carson went up under center, making adjustments, motions the receiver to the side, two receivers at the top of the screen, takes it, hands it to the back. And that's going to be a gain of about a good 7 yards on the play. Jonathan Taylor. So there you go. Let's see. 80 says nothing's good. He says the Eagles lost, so that means nothing's good. I mean, guys, as happy as I am for my Patriots winning, I am extremely upset at the performance that Justin Fields and the Bears had on offense. I didn't need much, but my opponent really has that leg up on me now because of Tampa Bay's defense in that one, and I'm really upset. There's no reason the defense should get that many points. Meanwhile, Taylor with the carry, shakes off a guy. He picks up about a good 2 yards on the carry. Now we're looking at 3rd and 2 from the 49ers' 11-yard line. Here we are in the first quarter. Got 1:55 seconds left to go. 3rd down, important 3rd down. The Colts have already expressed concern for their field goal kicking in this one. So if they don't get it, expect for them to potentially go for it on 4th down, as they just have a lot of special teams concern right now with Michael Bagley as their kicker. Let's see. Mike says, I mean, Mac will be a contender Sunday, JB, but had the Jets quarterback showing any signs? And so, I mean, the backup showing the sign when he came in and threw a touchdown, but that's about it. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz, play fakes, throws it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Mo Alley Cox. I got a friend who had to start him out of pure desperation because of Darren Waller was ruled out. And I know he's got to be happy about this one. I know it. I hope he's watching the stream, but I know he's got to be happy about that. Meanwhile, this drive, 6 plays, 75 yards for the touchdown. But Zach Wilson, it's just something about when he plays the Patriots, it just brings out the worst in him. Kind of like how Tua is against the Bills. He plays his worst game. It looks like Zach Wilson plays his worst game against the Patriots. It really looks that way. I mean, there's no lock him down Gilmore out there, and he's still out there throwing picks left and right. So I don't know what's going on with him. But I hope he's okay, though, with that injury. I hope he is okay. 80 says, touchdown pass. Absolutely. So we got ourselves a good game already. Both teams coming out, getting some touchdowns. And, yeah, this is a 9-7 game early in this one. And so, yeah, Jay in the base says, ouch. And so, but now we'll get to see the 49ers again come out there. See how they respond to giving up this touchdown here. Can they answer back? Will this be as high a scoring game as a lot of the predictions I'm seeing that you guys had? Saw a lot of points that seemed like in the 20s, low 30s for tonight, which, I mean, if the offenses keep playing like that, that'll be the case. Oh, man. What a night to start the Colts defense. What a night in fantasy football. Okay. But yeah, looking at both teams right now in the standings, I mean, the Indianapolis Colts, they enter this game 2-4, but still second place in the AFC South. And right now, the Tennessee Titans seem like they're finding strides right now. So yeah, they're trying to keep pace right now and trying to win to keep it at least respectable. Of course, they have not played. They still got to play the Tennessee Titans one more time. And I believe that matchup will be, is it going to be down in Indianapolis, I think. But I do know they play one more time. So they're just trying to keep things close right now, keep giving themselves a chance. They don't want to fall to 2-5. Meanwhile, the 49ers, they enter this one 2-3. So they're trying to get to 500 tonight. So we'll see which team will be successful in their quest, with big games for both of these teams. And so, yeah, Bram Drills, thank you so much for joining the stream, man. Glad to have you here. And you say go Colts. What's your final score projection in this one? I know you're rooting for the Colts, but which team you got? Like, what is your final score projection for this game? Let me know that in the comment section. But glad to have you here. Meanwhile, the 49ers going to get this return. Let's see, 20, 24. Mike says, I feel like they should be able to do an adjustment, JB. Both these teams are absolute garbage. And so, hey, this is the point where this is the chance for the 49ers to really right the ship right here in this one. And as for the Colts, it's going to be really tough right now to catch Tennessee. It's going to be really, really tough. But obviously, both of these teams want to come out here and win this game. But the 49ers, if they win this one, they'll be right at 500. I know they had a couple of injuries and stuff. We'll see how things play out. Meanwhile, Mitchell with the carry. He's had a lot of space tonight, which has been horrible news for my fantasy football team. Horrible news, because I got the Colts defense, so horrible news. But he gained 6 yards on the play. Takes it all the way to the 49ers' 30-yard line. All right, here we go. 2nd and 4. Oh, man, look at that rain coming down. All right, Jimmy Garoppolo up under center, takes a snap, fakes it to the back. He's looking. He throws it, and it is caught. Look at that. The receiver takes it all the way to about the Colts' 42-yard line. That's Deebo Samuel with the reception for 28 yards on the reception. So right now, the 49ers able to move the ball at will against this Colts defense. I mean, when you give Jimmy that kind of time, Jimmy will pick you apart now. Jimmy will pick you apart. So Jimmy up under center, fullback goes in motion, one back in the backfield. That's Mitchell. 2 receivers on the play, 1 tight end. Takes a snap, hands it to the back. Mitchell, he goes. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the carry. That's going to make it 2nd and 8 from the Colts' 40-yard line. And already on this drive, 3 plays, 36 yards so far right now. Let's see. Bram says Colts 30, 49ers 27. All right, so we've got it. Okay, everybody's expecting a close game. I like that. Okay, that would be great. I really want to see a good game at this point. All right, Jimmy up under center. We've got tight end motions to the backfield, 1 back in the backfield, 3 receivers. Take the snap, hands it to the back, and he gains about a good 2 yards on the carry. That's going to make it 3rd and 6 at the Indianapolis 38-yard line. Jana Bay says that my TV is ahead, so you're going to put me on mute. I got you. Actually, the TV that's in my living room is a lot more ahead of the TV that I have in here. I chose this one because it's not too much in front, because I did think about that. But, yeah, the TV that's inside of my living room is way ahead of this one. But here we go, 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, 3 receivers, takes the snap. He's looking. Coach send 4. He throws it up there. Rich Andrews, running back, hits the floor. Hasty was a little too hasty on that one. Ended up hitting the floor and incomplete. So now we have it. 4th down coming up. 4th and 5 for the 49ers. First quarter, 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in this one. Let's see. Jay in the Bay says, hit that thumbs up button. There you go. Absolutely. Remember to hit the thumbs up button. And if you're somebody that's new to the channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button. We do these play-by-plays literally about 5 days out the week now. And, hey, I appreciate you guys and all the support. That's what makes this stuff possible. Meanwhile, kick is up. And it's got some distance, and it's good. 56 yards, 59 yards? Good. So the 49ers tack on 3 more points. 3 more points. Let's see. Jay says, I watch the games on YouTube TV. It's always slower. Oh, yeah. I mean, if there's one, the slowest like I've ever seen, I think, was when I was watching the NFL. What was it? NFL DirecTV pass when I was in college, and I was watching the student version because it was cheaper, but I was watching it through my Xbox, and that thing was at least about 20 minutes behind. I'm telling you, it was about 10, 15, 20 minutes behind the actual action. So I said, never again, never again. I'd rather just get the alerts than to be that far behind and stuff. So yeah, I couldn't do it. And so Michael says that was 58 yards. So there you have it. The 49ers converted on that one. Joey Slye made that one. So they're up 12-7 in this one. But the real story is what the 49ers are able to do both on the ground and in the air. They're moving the ball pretty easily in this one. And it starts with the offensive line in this one. They are winning the battle with the offensive line. Their running back so far, Mitchell, has 9 carries, 79 yards, and 1 touchdown. So if you're someone in fantasy football that needed him to come out and have a big day, he's giving you just that and then some. And then you look at what Jimmy's doing, 4 of 7, 46 yards already in this one. He's looking pretty good right now for the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz for the Colts, he's 3 of 4, 67 yards, and a touchdown pass in that one. Jonathan Taylor, 3 carries, 10 yards in that one. Michael Pittman's the one with the 1 reception for 57 yards for the Indianapolis Colts in that one. Yeah, but both teams, I feel like, came into this season with relatively high expectations, and so far they have not been able to live up to it. Now, the Colts, they had a very tough schedule. Then, not to mention Carson Wentz, he was already injured before the season started, and so they had a lot they had to overcome just to get to this point right now. So they really need this opportunity to try to right the ship right now. So this is very critical for both teams right now at this point of their season to give themselves hope, confidence, and a chance. That's what this game is all about. Hope, confidence, and opportunity, I should say, as the rain continues to pour down in this one. All right, kickoff is on the way. Let's see if we'll get a return. There will be no return. So the Colts will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Carson Wentz will return back out there to try to help this offense move again the ball. Mike says that neither team has a quarterback that can cut their way out of wet paper bag with scissors in their hands. Wow, Mike. Wow. That's pretty harsh there, Mike. You sound like these guys are throwing out that quarterback for Illinois that we watched this past Saturday. You sound like they're sticking this guy back out there. Now, that's someone that I could definitely agree with could not do that at all. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz up under center. You've got 2 tight ends on the play. Takes a snap. Play action fake. Carson Wentz throws it. He almost throws an interception there. Almost throws an interception. Should have been picked off. Yeah, got to be careful with the football. Can't just be out there throwing all these 50-50 passes. Got to protect the ball, especially in bad weather. You got to protect the ball. Mike says it's been brought, JB. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun formation. 3 receivers towards the top of the screen. Takes a snap. 49ers sending pressure. They throw it, and it's incomplete. Hines was the running back that was in the area. Could have been picked off, though, if the defensive player was looking for that one. It could have been picked off, I'm thinking. So here we go, 3rd and 10. This plays to the 49ers' advantage here. They still have that defensive line that's getting more and more healthy as time goes on. But yeah, Norman wishes he can have that one back because that was one that he should have had. Couple passes that were iffy by Carson Wentz. They've got Hines in there. Here we go, 3rd and 10. Takes a snap. Carson's looking. He's rolling. He goes deep. And incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. There is a flag. Don't put your hands up. Play better defense. You're going to put your hands up. Go out there and deflect the ball. But yeah, the pass interference call. So there's going to be an automatic first down there. Mike says no Jackson, no Rodgers, no Allen, no Mahomes. It sounds like you're talking about my fantasy football team this week. But yeah, you're right though. You're right about that, especially that last person. So here we go in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the play. Hines is the back in the backfield still. Wentz takes a snap. Hands it to Hines. Hines. He gets brought from behind. That's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. I am happy about that because my opponent also has Hines in this game. So if he can lose yards, I will take it. Dang, but I need the coach to make some plays. Let's see. Mike says, 80s and Nation, will JB snap and the stream get lit? If y'all want, hey, I used a lot of energy for that Bears game today. Like, I really lost it on Justin Fields today. Like, he really made me mad. Really made me mad. Wentz in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it to the back. Jonathan Taylor, he's running. He's making guys miss. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet to the 2-yard line. He is brought down at the 2-yard line. That's Jonathan Taylor, JT, with the carry for 33 yards, all the way to the 2-yard line here for the Indianapolis Colts. Both teams look at their offensive line play, but that right there, that was a great job by Jonathan Taylor, making guys miss, taking it all the way to the 2-yard line. All right, here we go from the 2-yard line, 1st and 2. Carson Wentz up under center. Guy goes in motion, takes a snap, hands it to Taylor. And Taylor's met in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of a couple yards on the carry. Loss of 2 yards makes it 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line. Mike says you press thumbs up. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Mike says, JB, which game do you think was your best call so far? Oh, man, my best call so far? That is a good one. That is a good one. I got to really think about that one for a second. Really have to think about that one for a second. But here we go, 2nd and goal. Wentz up under center. Tight end goes in motion. 1 back in the backfield. 3 receivers. Wentz is looking. And that's the end of the first quarter. So all that, and we're at the end of the first quarter. 49ers are up 12-7, but the Colts, they're knocking on the door. They are knocking on the door. Let's see. In terms of my best one, that is tough. That is tough. I mean, I feel like Saturday was definitely up there in terms of top 3. I also think when Ohio State played Oregon, I feel like a lot of my college football ones, it's been like either really good or good. I feel like college football ones have been up there, probably the best so far. Because a lot of the NFL ones, I feel like it's really the second half that it really gets going. But I feel like a lot of those college football games that we saw this year was just some good ones. There's also the Texas-Oklahoma one. There's a lot of college football games to choose from, I would say. So I'd have to say it's probably a college football matchup. I'm not sure which one, though, but definitely one of those. But that's a good question, Mike. It's a good one. 80 says, Yes, he will, Mike. And so Mike says Saturday was fantastic. It really was. I mean, because there I was, all week I was thinking about for college football, like which game would be the best one to stream. And then obviously at first I was going to go Wake Forest and Army until I saw the channel that it was going to come on. And then after that, I was like, well, I know Adishak, he's a big fan of Illinois. I know we got a couple guys that like Penn State here. So I was like, let's go ahead and do the Illinois-Penn State game and just pray that it turns out to be a good game. And man, did we get that. The record 9 overtimes. And so, Mike, you get to say, not only did you see an overtime game in college football for the first time, you saw the overtime game of all overtime games. But never did a 2-point conversion look so hard to convert like it did Saturday. Like those offenses made it look a lot harder than you're used to it looking, for real. Like they really didn't want to score for a couple overtimes. Absolutely. Mike says, with no horse in this race, I want to see big sacks. And so, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, ultimately, I want to see the 49ers, probably win this one, but it doesn't matter either way. But I do want to see the Colts defense get me some fantasy points in this one. If they can get maybe a pick six or something like that, or and a couple sacks, help me out a little bit, that'd be huge. That'd be huge. But I got to make sure that Hines gets like no points tonight, no points as well, because I'm going against him in my fantasy league. Right now, the score in my fantasy league that I'm referring to, my opponent has 98.98. I have 98.76. That's how close it is. He has Hines. I have the Colts defense, and we both have some players for tomorrow's game. He's got Tyler Lockett. I've got DK Metcalf. That's how close we are in that league. So every point matters. So for the Colts defense, I need for them to help me out tonight. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz takes a snap. He's looking. The pressure's all around him. He flings it to the defender. What is he smoking out there? He just threw it to the defender. What is his problem? Wow. I've seen a lot of things today. Believe me, a lot of things today. But this one might just take the cake. I don't know. Justin Fields did a lot of things today, but that was just stupid on top of stupid right there. That is just wow. That's the kind of play I expect in practice if the coach puts a D lineman in at quarterback and he just throws it up there because he's never been hit before like that. That's the kind of play I expect. But that is just you. What was he doing? Who was he trying to get the ball to there? What is he thinking? Did he think he was with the 49ers? Did he think he was with the 49ers? This man said he's going to find somebody that's open and just threw the ball there. Just gifted them that turnover. Wow. Meanwhile, Jimmy Garoppolo fakes it to the back. He throws it, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Almost caught there. That's going to make it 2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line for the 49ers. I don't know what was up with Carson Wentz on that one. No business throwing that ball up there like that. No business. All right, but here we go. 2nd and 10. If I'm the 49ers, I'm getting back to the ground game. That's what's been working. Meanwhile, they got a fullback in motion, one back in the backfield. They hand it to the back. Back makes the first guy miss. He gains about 6 yards in the carry. That's going to make it second. That's going to make it 3rd and 4 from the 49ers 25-yard line. All right, here we go. 3rd and 4. You see the rain continuing to get more and more heavy out there. Out of the shotgun. Takes a snap. Coach, send forward. Pressure's there. Hits him. Incomplete. Incomplete. And that time, the Colts got back there, put a little pressure. Let them know that we're back here. You got to deal with us all game. If the Colts can turn it up and do that, that will drastically help their defense out. So the 49ers got to punt the ball. Unable to take advantage of the turnover that was gifted to them by Carson Wentz. All right, punt's on the way. Let's see if we get a return. And we will. That's Hines. Hines is running. Runs to his own man. Dancing. unable to do anything much with it. Gains about 5 yards on the return. And so they're going to take over. The Colts going to take over 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis 38-yard line. Let's see. Mike says that he wishes the TV would push back the Chiefs or Ravens game. These teams got 2 wins. And so, yeah, Mike wants a different team to come on here for Sunday Night Football. And so I know the NFL did say that their focus this year was going to be more so on, I'm not sure if it was last year as well, but I know this year for a fact, they wanted to see every team hit those primetime slots. What was it, about 2, maybe at least I think 2 times at least, to make sure they put every team on that. And so, but absolutely, I'm right there with you. Let's see. Mike says, let's get to 10 thumbs up by half for JB Nation. Yeah, that would be great. That would be absolutely great to get us at that 10 thumbs up mark before the half. All right, so I appreciate the subs there. I see that I'm now at 1,050 subscribers there, so appreciate that most recent sub there. But yeah, right now the San Francisco 49ers, they're having their way moving the ball on the ground. I mean, I like what the offensive line is doing because we're seeing really Mitchell getting about 4 yards before he even gets touched many times. And so the running game is definitely there for the 49ers in this one. So if they continue to rely on that ground game, that's good. And then when they have Jimmy Garoppolo go on the bootlegs and stuff, that seems to be working as well. So the combination of their run scheme plus their, play action bootleg offense, that is looking right good against the Colts, defense. Now, when they just drop back, that they did that last time, you give the Colts an opportunity to get that pass rush on you in that one. So definitely got to be wary of that. And Mike says, 80s, give us a summary of the Eagles game. So, yeah, that's something that we want to see right there, a summary from 80s about his Eagles. And so I see that we're already at 9 thumbs up. So we're 1 away from reaching that 10 before halftime. Let's see if we can make that happen. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz going to line up under center here. They've got 2 tight ends on the play, 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Carson Wentz making an adjustment. He sees something. He didn't see the defender last time, so let's see what he sees this time. He has it to the back. He's looking. Jonathan Taylor. And he gains a couple yards there, about 4 yards on the play. Good job by JT there. If you're the Colts, you want to utilize that man every way possible. Give it to him on the ground. Give it to him through the passing game. Throw some screens for him. Just get JT the ball and let him put in some work. All right, so we're going to have Carson Wentz lined up under center here. Jonathan Taylor's the back in the backfield, 2 receivers towards the bottom of the screen. 1 goes in motion. Takes a snap. Hands it to the back. Jonathan Taylor makes the first guy miss. He has the first down and then some. Takes it all the way to the San Francisco 42-yard line. And so Eddie says, what is Carson Wentz smoking? I mean, the man, not to knock on him and all like that, because I actually was, fond of the Colts acquiring him, but my goodness. He just flicked it up there. That's the move a quarterback does when he doesn't want to get hit. You probably see that in high school. A quarterback doesn't want to get hit and just throw it up like that. But meanwhile, out of the shotgun, 4 receivers on the play, 1 back in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. Fakes it to the back. Wentz looks. He throws it. And it is almost picked off there. Almost picked off. And yet a defensive back, I see where he was going with it. It was not a bad read. However, you underestimated the ability of the defensive back to get up there and get to the ball, and he just dropped it. And with the ball being wet, can't blame him too much for that one. So good job by the defensive back on that play. Let's see. 80 says, Mike, it's too painful to talk about the Eagles right now. He says it's far too painful to talk about them right now. But here we go. 2nd and 10. Takes a snap. Wentz is looking. Pump fakes. He throws it the opposite direction. The receiver caught it, but that's going to lose some yards there. He'd have been better off dropping it. So here we go. 3rd and 12 at the 49ers 44-yard line. They need 12 yards for the first down. If I'm Carson Wentz and the Colts, I'm probably going to target one of my tight ends across the middle of the field. That's probably what I would do in this situation if I was them. Either that or get one of your backs, whether it's Hines, whether it's Jonathan Taylor, put them out wide as well and see if we can get a matchup advantage. That's just if I was the coach. But meanwhile, out of the shotgun, 3 receivers towards the top of the screen, one back in the backfield with him. That's Jonathan Taylor. 49ers, they send 4 in the play. Wentz, he feels the pressure, literally felt it. He's moving. He throws it. And it's almost picked up. My goodness, what is he doing? What is he doing? I'm trying to think, did this man ever play on a football team that their jerseys was red? Because right now he keeps throwing it to the burgundy and gold over there, thinking that he's a part of the 49ers organization right now. That's what he's thinking. He threw it right to him. You can't just throw stuff up there for 50-50 passes. You can't do it. He had better been lucky this weather's bad today. He had better been lucky. So the Colts are finna punt the ball. Punt is on the way. Fair catch is symboled and caught. That's going to be at the 9-yard line. It's looking like they're saying the 10-yard line. So, all right, 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. And so Mike says, Coach Frank Wright is soaked, JB. And so, yeah, looking at the reins, I mean, everybody's soaked out there except for, owners and everybody that's in the upper booth. But outside of that, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of people out there like that. Let's see, Eddie says, get Carson out of there, JB. And so I won't go that far now. Let's see, Mike says, can we shout out the amazing Josh Norman at cornerback position? And so, I mean, he did amazing until I saw that Michael Pittman reception earlier. Not going to let that slide from him right there. But, yeah, if you're targeting Josh Norman and less than about 14 yards or less, he does a great job. With that deep ball, though, he's definitely lost a step on that one. No doubt about that. But still, he's very competitive. I will give him that. Very competitive. Let's see. Jacob says, sorry, JB, I haven't been very active. I'm very focused on the game. So, hey, I understand that. Believe me, I keep looking at my fantasy football team left and right, hoping for a miracle, hoping that something works out. But right now, the only defense that's getting any love right now is the 49ers defense. I need the Colts defense to get a little bit of love as well to help my fantasy team out tonight. That is my focus. Let's see. 80 says, love when JB gets fired up. And Mike says that the Panthers have not won a game since the Arnold trade, since they traded him. And so, I mean, they haven't even benefited from having Stephon Gilmore because he was not activated for this game either. It was like one of those things we found out, like, really between yesterday and today. And so he wasn't activated for that. So they haven't even got the benefit from having him. But it's not like he's going to help the offense out there. They're not going to put him out there to run routes for Robbie Anderson or anything like that. Throw the ball to Robbie Anderson. So Panthers got a lot going on right now. Panthers got a lot going on. 80 says, poor Panthers. I know the sports blitz has got to be real upset right now. Really, really upset. I mean, I wanted to message him earlier and be like, hey, PJ Walker's in, but I didn't want to make him mad. So I let that one go. But I know he's going through it right now because I would be frustrated with the Panthers as well. But, yeah, we are in the second quarter coming back from the commercial here. About 11 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. 2nd and 5 right now. Ball at the San Francisco 15-yard line. The rain is coming down in bunches right now. All right, Jimmy up under center. Takes a snap. Hands it to the back. Mitchell, he's running. He gets hit. He gained about 5 yards on the carry. So this offensive line is doing a fantastic job. He's already got 91 yards in this one on 11 carries. Mike says, PJ came in, but no Arnold, Terrence Mitchell, or Christian McCaffrey, but no wins since the best D player, Shaq Thomas, hurt. Absolutely. You're right about that. Meanwhile, Jimmy up under center again. Got a fullback, got a tight end, 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Colts, they got 4 on the line. Jimmy's calling out something there he sees. Jimmy takes a snap, hands to the back. Mitchell, he's looking, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards in the carry. That's going to make it 3rd and 2 for the 49ers. So let's see if the Colts defense can get a stop here on 3rd down, or will the 49ers end up picking up this 3rd down conversion? Let's see. All right, so this time they got Jimmy in the shotgun here. Hasty's in the game. Receiver goes in motion, takes a snap, hands it to the back, and he is met in the back, loses a yard, and that's going to be a stop right there for the Indianapolis Colts. Tackle for a loss, bringing up 4th and 3 from the 49ers 17-yard line. And so barring an excellent punt, this should help them out in terms of field position. Let's see, Mike says, my adopted team need Horn, Shaq Thomas, and Gilmore. There you go. Let's see. Jacob says, sorry, JB, I got to go. I have school in the morning. Hope to see some streams later in the week. Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate you for coming through. And I certainly understand that. And hey, good luck this week. Have a great week of school. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Take care. All right. So meanwhile, we're going to see the Colts are going to take over here 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis 18-yard line when we return from this commercial. But yeah, so far already, I mean, both running backs have been doing a great job running the ball in this one. I mean, the 49ers, Elijah Mitchell, he's got 12 carries, 94 yards, averaging 7.8 yards a carry, already has a touchdown. His biggest run of the night was 20 yards so far in this one. And then obviously for the Colts, Jonathan Taylor, he's got 7 carries, 61 yards, averaging 8.7 yards an attempt on the ground. So yeah, definitely the Colts want to utilize him more. His biggest run of the night was 33 yards in this one. And the rain is coming down a bunch. So that means ball security. That's something you got to continue to watch out for, will be ball security. All right, here we go. Receiver goes in motion. Carson Wentz end up under center, went back in the backfield. Looks like the back is Marlon Mack. Takes a snap, hands it to Mack, and Mack goes up, gets a yard on the carry. Marlon Mack, that's a name that we're going to continue to follow for sure between now and the trade deadline to see if he does indeed end up getting traded to a different situation where he can come in and help some other team that really can use the running backs, can use a running back to come in and eat up some carries. He's getting lost in the rotation, obviously behind Jonathan Taylor. The Colts feel confident in him. Hines shows that he can be a good backup running back as well. So the Colts have some depth at that position there. So yeah, he's tend to be the odd man out right now. But out of the shotgun, let's see 3 receivers on the play. Pascal goes in motion. 1 tight end takes a snap, fakes it to the back, throws it, and that is caught. That's going to be about a 2-yard reception right there. Makes it 3rd and 7 coming up from the Colts 21-yard line. And the rain just continues to pour. Let's see, Mike says, it's foggy and gross in the field. Glad I'm at home. Let's see, Mike says, we need arc looks. Look at Phil 80s. And said, 80 says, what's Mike and JB eating tonight? And so I actually got me some food from Piccadilly earlier today. So yeah, had me some nice chicken, some fish, fried fish, all that great stuff. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz, he's looking. He throws it up there, and it is always dropped by Hines. And I could not be more thankful for my fantasy football team, as that would have been a big touchdown right there. That would have really hurted my fantasy football team so much. So much. But wow, outside of that, though, that was a huge drop from a running back who's sure-handed. That is his role on the team. He is the guy that goes out there and runs those routes, make those receptions routinely. You have to think the rain plays some part in that one. Meanwhile, the punt is on the way. Oh, he thought about returning it. He's still thinking about it. He touched it. He touched it. What is he thinking? He's in the end zone. Oh, my goodness. That's going to be a safety on the play. Safety, touchback, what is it? Talk to me, guys. What is it? Come on, man. Some of us got fantasy football teams involved, and we really could have used that to be a safety. We really could have. Well, that was a strange play right there. And so Mike says, I don't understand. How do you drop that? And so that's the question. That's the $1,000,000 question. The running back that they gave, an extension to because he's got great hands on the team. The receiving back, Hines, just went out there and just dropped it, just flat out dropped it. And that is a break that my fantasy football team really needed on that one. And so 80 says, come on, catch it. And so Mike says, chicken tendies, 80s. And so there you go. Mike says, Big Snoopy hand. Hey, every time we on the stream, though, it feels that way. Well, anytime we're on the stream for a nighttime game, so basically NFL games, yes, he shows up at least 2 times. Let's see. Okay, I see that we're already at 6. We're already at 10 thumbs up, I should say. So appreciate you guys so much for all the support there. And keep the thumbs up coming in. If you haven't pressed it already, make sure that you guys do press the thumbs up button already. But appreciate you guys so much for the support there. And again, if you're new to the channel, streams, this is what we do 5 days out the week. We've got 3 NFL ones on all the primetime slots. We have one on Saturday for college football, and we also have Tuesday NBA as well. Now that's been recently added to the schedule there with the start of the NBA season last week. So yeah, appreciate you guys and all the support. Adi says, can never go wrong with chicken. Adi said he will drive about 50 miles for some chicken if he's got to. He's that dedicated to it. Mike says, I wonder if I went out there if I could drop that. I doubt it. I doubt it. We would find a way to catch it. We would find a way to catch it. Let's see. Mike says, do a double be on the beach. And so there you go. And so let's see. Mike says, we made it to 10 by half, JB. That we did. That we did. Let's see the record. I think my record thumbs up has probably been about, I don't think I've reached 25, but I think I've reached probably 20 or 21. So I want to say no more than 22. Hands it to the back. And that's Mitchell. That's going to be a gain of about 3 yards in the carry. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Let's see what they call. We're in the second quarter here. 7 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the half. Out of the shotgun formation. Let's see. We've got tight end on the play, 3 receivers. Back goes in motion. So now no backs in the backfield. Takes a snap. Colts send 4. They throw it to the receiver. He dropped it. Oh, man, a lot of guys are dropping that ball. And when that ball gets wet, all of a sudden that ball gets heavier. And so, yeah, that's probably what it is right there. Trying to catch a heavier, feels more solid type of football out there. So, yeah, these guys, yeah, I was about to say, go out there, clean the football off, that they need someone to do that and maybe help these guys hold on to the ball right now. Mike says, I drive 50 miles for Wright Castle. There you go. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 8. We've got 3 receivers on the play, 1 tight end. Takes a snap. Colts sending pressure. Jimmy throws it. Overthrew his tight end on the play. That's going to be incomplete. That's going to be a 3 and out there. So, yeah, good stop there by the Indianapolis Colts defense. And the 49ers got to punt the ball to the Colts with 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in this half. Punt is on the way. Will we get a return? We will not. So that's going to be 1st and 10 at about the Colts 30-yard line. And let's see, Mike says, the Great Flood nor Remembrance Day. There you go. It really looks like it out there. 80 says, I hit the thumbs up on Mike. So appreciate that, 80s. Really appreciate that. Absolutely appreciate that. And so I'll go ahead and let you guys know this while we're at the halftime here. I have decided which game I'm going to be streaming next Saturday. It's going to be 2 teams that we have yet to stream. Well, actually, we did stream one of them one time, and that's going to be number 6 Michigan versus number 8 Michigan State. That's going to be one of the earlier games. So that's going to be the game that I've already made up my mind that we're going to stream next week. I think that was going to be a good game, a big, important game for the Big Ten, and to give us a great chance to really watch the state of Michigan and what they have to bring to the table in college football. So just want to let you guys know that so we can look ahead to that one for Saturday's stream. Obviously, we got a couple streams in between then, but yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that one because I made up my mind early on that one when I saw that matchup, the number 6 Michigan versus number 8 Michigan State, 2 teams in the top 10. AD says Carson will have another chance. He's on JB's fantasy team. He is not on my fantasy football team. Not at all. Not at all. I'm trying to think. I think one of my teams last year had him on the fantasy football team, which was terrible. Terrible decision. I had him, Ben Roethlisberger. The rest of my team was solid. And again, last year I was in a 14-person league. We upgraded to a 16-person league this year. But yeah, don't have Carson Wentz. Don't have him. I don't believe in taking a quarterback too early. If I get a quarterback that's good, that's because I was there and probably picked 4 or 5, round 4 or 5. And I was like, wow, I can't believe this guy's still available. Then maybe I'll grab a quarterback. But typically, will not grab a quarterback early. And someone like Carson Wentz, yeah, that would have had to been like last round type of pickup. But yeah, so far the line in my fantasy football game has not changed yet. I'm going to need the Colts to go out there, get some sacks, preferably a turnover, but just keep not letting the 49ers score no more. Mike says 4,000 year anniversary of the flood. Can we at least get 25 thumbs up, Thumbs Nation? Hey, that would be great. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz almost muffed the ball. What are we doing out here? What are we doing? I know the receivers can't handle the ball, but I mean, come on, the snap. Yeah, this is a game that you just got to hand it to the back. All right, so here we go in the shotgun formation. Tight end goes in motion. 3 receivers on the play. Hands it to the back. And that's going to be a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Jonathan Taylor up the middle. It's good to see Quentin Nelson out there. I know he's been battling with a lot of injuries and stuff, so it's good to see him out there for the Colts on that offensive line. That's definitely big for him. All right, here they go out of the shotgun. 4 receivers on the play, 3rd and 5. Can they convert and get the first down? Wentz looking. Wentz throws it. Caught by Taylor. Taylor tries to make a guy miss. He's going to actually lose a yard on the play. So the 49ers defense makes the stop again. You know, the way that everybody's been playing today, if I'm on special teams, I have to make sure I take extra particular care in making sure the punter receives the ball and that the ball doesn't go through his hands, over his head, under anything, like nothing crazy like that. Punt's on the way. He catches it. All right, so that punt's up there. Let's see if we get a return. And we will get a return from the 49ers here. That's Brandon Ayuk, and yeah, he slipped, hit the floor. So he's down at the 20. So the 49ers will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Let's see. Mike says, JB, as a Bills fan, last 20 years, I have seen more garbage quarterbacks than I can count. But this game, hey, I understand that. I understand that. There's a lot of bad ones out there. A lot of bad ones. To this day, you're mad that the Bills did not give Nathan Peterman the keys to the franchise and offer him a 15-year contract just to finish out there, play as long as he want to play. Meanwhile, Jimmy up under center. One back in the backfield. Jimmy fumbles it, so Jimmy tries to run, and, yeah, Jimmy gets a yard. So, yeah, both quarterbacks struggling with the snap in this one. There's a person in my fantasy football league, since I mentioned there's 16 teams. His quarterback options are Justin Fields and Jimmy Garoppolo. Those are his two quarterback options. Needless to say, he's in last place in the entire league. I don't know if he's won a game. I think he did win one last week, or maybe he's winless. I think he might be winless actually. But yeah, that is interesting. Meanwhile, we've got two receivers on the play, and the back has it, and that's going to be a loss on the play. But there is a penalty. Let's see what they do. That's what, a 3-yard loss. Probably going to be on the offense, so, yeah, I would decline that. And so, Old Man Mob, welcome back to the stream, man. Glad to have you here. What's going on? Glad to have you here. And so you say, what's good, brother? You say, I'm so glad we didn't trade for Wentz or Jimmy G and drafted Mac Jones. Hey, today, Mac Jones, he made a statement, especially when you look at how Zach Wilson played, look at how Justin Fields played. I mean, Mac Jones, not saying that, this is going to define the rest of their careers, because I think they're still going to have some chance to have some great careers. But, yeah, absolutely glad we have Mac Jones back there, and he is improving each and every week, and I love it. So, absolutely glad to have someone else here to defend Mac Jones with me. Meanwhile, Jimmy takes it. Colts send pressure. Jimmy throws it, and it is caught. Receiver tries to make a play, but he fumbles. He fumbles. Colts got the ball. That can help my fantasy team out drastically. And it is Colts' ball. That's a turnover. That is a turnover. What a play by the Colts. And the defense is acting like they haven't done it all season, but heck, they deserve it. What a play. Let's see. Eddie says too many drops. What a play. You stand him up, rip the ball out, especially with this. He literally punched the ball out of there. Great job right there on the play. When the weather is this bad, you have to know how to get down and protect the rock. Don't try to force no extra yards when you about 5 yards away from the first down line and 3 guys are on you. Got to play a little common sense here. But that was big right there for the Colts. Can they capitalize, though, and make this a touchdown out of the shotgun formation? 2 receivers on the play, couple tight ends also. Takes a snap, hands it to the back. He cuts. He's going. And that's going to be a first down on the carry. Jonathan Taylor takes it up there. That's a first down. That is a first down. Again, we're here in the second quarter. We got 2 minutes, 45 seconds left before the half. Mike says Leonard and Bruckner good on Madden. And so, oh yeah, most definitely. And they deserve every ounce of it. But, hey, that turnover there for the Colts, that does help my defense out right there. I need more of it tonight. Let's see. Hands it to the back. Makes the first guy miss. That's going to be a loss on the play. Now we've got second down. And so let's see. Old Man Mob says, why play hero ball with this weather? Run the ball. You're right about that. And both teams are running the ball successfully. The Colts are averaging about, 6.2 yards a carry. You've got the 49ers averaging 5.6 yards a carry. Just run the ball. This is the type of game that I know there's concerns about protecting the ball, but it seems like the running backs are the only people that can hold on to the ball as long as it's coming through carries and not through running the ball. Meanwhile, with the 2-minute warning here. So, yeah, we'll stop it at the 2-minute warning, and when we return, it'll be 2nd and 12, ball at the 49ers 20-yard line. But that's a good question. Absolutely, I agree with that one. Mike says Indy's supposed to have a good O-line. And so, yeah, I mean, Nelson, he's just coming back from his injury. I know he was out for a little bit and still dealing with an injury probably right now, to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, they brought back, Fisher and all – well, brought Fisher from retirement, stuff like that. So, yeah, they have a lot of guys out there that's supposed to be good. But right now, they're not the problem. The run blocking is fantastic. It's just only so much you can do when the quarterback won't take the snap. Only so much you can do when the quarterback's going to toss it to the linebacker when we're about to try to score. There's a lot of things going on. And so, but absolutely. And so Mike says, if Mac was garbage, I would happily rub it in your face, JB, but he going to be good. And so we appreciate that, Mike. We appreciate you not rubbing it in our faces here. But hey, I love what I'm seeing from Mac. I like what I saw last week as well. And I just love the fact that from the very first game that I saw him play in the regular season to where he's been at the last couple of weeks, you can tell he's improving. You can tell this is someone that's trying. This is someone that's studying. This is someone that's understanding defenses a little better. Does he turn the ball over? Occasionally, yes. We saw that against the Cowboys. There's going to be mistakes. But, I mean, what quarterback doesn't make mistakes? There are quarterbacks out there that are MVP caliber that makes mistakes out there. But the important part is to go out there and continue to improve. We're starting to see the passing yards increase. We're getting from the just barely get 200 yards to the air to, okay, now we can reach 300 yards territory. We're starting to see things come together for this offense. It was nice to see Jonnu Smith get involved in the offense earlier. It's good to see Nelson Aguilar catch a pass, regardless if it was Kendrick Bourne that threw the pass to him, the ex-49er. It was really good to see those guys involved. I saw Damian Harris smile. Heck, I smile that I started him in fantasy football today because it just came together. That was a beautiful win that they had against the Jets and one that we desperately needed. It was one thing just to win a game like we did against Houston, but to score 54 points, that gives you some confidence as a team and lets you know we're headed in the right direction offensively. Just ignore the outside noise. Focus on one game at a time. Got the Chargers coming up, and that's going to be a tough test. And, yeah, Bill Belichick's got to get those guys ready. That's how it is. Right now we're a 3-4 ball club. Let's try to become a 4-4 ball club down there in New England. All right, so here we go. Out of the shotgun formation, Colts got 3 receivers towards the top of the screen, one back in the backfield with Carson Wentz. Let's see what he's going to do. Hines is out there. He goes in motion. Fakes to the back. Pump fakes. Wentz looking. Going deep. Going in the end zone. He throws it. Incomplete, but there is a flag on the play, and that's going to be pass interference. Defensive pass interference. They're not going to let you slow drag with the receiver out there. Not going to let that slide. So pass interference on Mosley. Or Mosley. But, yeah, I mean, every time he targets Pittman Jr., that seems to be a good idea. I mean, whether or not we're talking about deep passes, stuff like that, Michael Pittman, I love his development in year 2. He's definitely a good receiver, and he's transitioning into receiver number 1 for this team. Obviously, T.Y. Hilton's not out there, but he's someone that they can rely on. Meanwhile, out of the goal line formation, Carson Wentz, lined up under center, got a fullback and a back in the backfield. Tight end goes in motion. Fakes to the back. Wentz is looking. Throws it up to the tight end, incomplete. It's going to be second now coming up. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Again, we got 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go before the half. Mike says, what up, old man? Let's see, Mike says, average basic Baker. Mike says, what quarterback doesn't make mistakes? And then he also says, Brady. I'll get back to that in a minute. But Carson Wentz, up under center. Receiver goes in motion. One back in the backfield, takes it, hands it to the back. Jonathan Taylor, he's dancing back there. He doesn't get a yard on the play. He actually gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal, but at least if you're the Colts, you know that what we're doing is we're letting the clock continue to run. That's good right now. And so there's no need to rush it when it comes to trying to score. You got a yard. You know what you need to do. You got 2 plays to get 1 yard. There's 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Wentz in the shotgun. 2 receivers towards the bottom of the screen. Couple tight ends. Let's see. Tight end goes in motion. One back in the backfield with him. Wentz is calling for it. Fakes it. He hands it to the back. No, actually, he kept it. He kept it. It looked like he handed it to the back. The cameraman thought he did, but Carson Wentz kept it and took it in the end zone. 5 plays, 28 yards, 2 minutes and 2 seconds in terms of time of possession. So, yeah, the Colts, they get the touchdown there, and let's see if they'll go for 2 points in this one. If I'm them, I'm going for 2 because you probably don't trust your kicker that much. So, yeah, go for 2 is what I would do. Old man says, same old same. Just happy the Patriots won. Exactly. Just happy to see them go out there and win. That felt good. You know, for me, that's all that mattered. That's all that mattered. Great that it was by so much, but I'm just glad that they won it. Carson Wentz going to be in the shotgun here. They're going to go for 2. Hines goes in motion. They've got 2 backs in the backfield. Fakes it to Hines. Throws it in there. And it's incomplete. Incomplete. So the 2-point conversion failed on the play. So, yeah, so the Colts are going to kick it off to the 49ers, and there's 1 minute left in this one. But the 49ers, they have all 3 timeouts, so let's see what they do. But the Colts scored because Carson Wentz was able to run it in there in the end zone. Mike says, Kelly, good center. Quentin Nelson, good guard. Is Eric Fisher any good? I know Eric Fisher used to be. I know he used to be. In terms of what he is right now, that remains to be seen for me, but I know the other 2 definitely. Absolutely. 80 says, awesome fake. And so Mike says, Patriots beat down the Jets. Let's see. 80 says, why go for 2? And so, yeah, they've got no faith in their field goal kicker. I mean, in warm-ups, he went out there and missed 7 kicks in warm-ups before this game. So the coach already stated that if it's a situation where they even have to think about it, they'll just go ahead and go for it a little bit more than normal. Besides, a field goal in this game, making it 3 points, that could be huge because it's going to be tough for teams to convert from field goals in this game. Kick is up. We're going to get a return. Let's see. At the 15, 20, 25, 30, all the way to about the 33-yard line. And 80 says, hey, Mike, were the Jets able to beat the Pats? LOL. And so give it to 80s. And so absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Jimmy up under center. Got 3 receivers on the play. Up there's some movement. That's going to back him back. That's going to back him back. False start in the offense. That's going to make it 1st and 15. Ball on the 49ers 28-yard line. All right, here we go. Jimmy up under center. Tight end goes in motion. 1 back in the backfield. 3 receivers. Colts look like they're going to send 4. Takes a snap. Hands it to the back. Hasty, he gains about 2 yards on the play. All right, there's going to be a timeout called. I believe that's the Colts' first timeout. Let's see. Mike says, who is Fred Warner and why does he make $95 million? That $95 million is more than I will ever make. And so, yeah, I mean, Fred Warner, he's that guy now. He is that guy, that outside linebacker position. He just plays a key role for them. 24 years old, I believe. He was like the 3rd round pick back in the 2018 draft, I think. And so, but I mean, ever since then, I mean, my goodness, he has been a force to be reckoned with for the 49ers. Meanwhile, we're looking at a 3rd down situation here. The clock's still running here. About 33 seconds left to go in this game. 3rd down, 3rd and 13 right now. But yeah, he made his first first team All-Pro last year, Pro Bowl, first team All-Pro last year. He had 125 tackles last year. Also had, I think, 1 sack last year as well. And so the year before that, he had like 118, 120 tackles and had like 3-4 sacks the year before that as well. So, yeah, he's a guy that gets after it, and he's extremely young. So they wanted to go ahead, get ahead of this before he starts asking to break the bank, and just go ahead, pay this man now because he's earned it. Meanwhile, Jimmy takes that knee, and we're going to take it to halftime here with the Colts up 13-12 in this one. Let's see, Mike says he outside linebacker, and so I believe that he's an outside linebacker. I believe that's accurate right there. It's either outside or inside, but I think he's outside linebacker if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, he has been. I think that he's been middle linebacker in previous years. He may be moving around right now, but I think his primary position is middle linebacker. I'll correct that. I think it is middle linebacker actually. But yeah, so. But yeah, there we have it right there at the half, guys. There we go, right there. So let's see. The stats are looking like this. Carson Wentz, he's 6 of 13, 66 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. He's been sacked 1 time for about, lost 3 yards. And so let's see. Jimmy Garoppolo, 5 of 12, 56 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, hasn't been sacked. Let's see. But on the ground, though, Jonathan Taylor, 11 carries, 74 yards in this one. Elijah Mitchell for the 49ers, 14 carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown in this one. And so Mike says 95 mil is not break the bank. And so, it is. It is. That is definitely break the bank. I mean, unless you're out there playing baseball or something like that, or basketball, in NFL money on defense, 95 mil, sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up for that. Mike says, I just happy with a chacaroni. There you go. There you go. 80 says the JB Nation halftime show. So there we go. Yeah, so I guess we'll start off with just recapping some of the other games that took place earlier today. See how you guys feel about that. I'll start off with the game that was very much on my mind today outside of the Patriots game. I'll start off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat down against the Chicago Bears. I mean, other than the fact that obviously my opponent has a Tampa Bay defense in fantasy football, and he gained like 19, it was 21 points in fantasy football because every time I look out there, Justin Fields turned the ball over, Justin Fields interception, Justin Fields fumble, Justin Fields fumble, Justin Fields fumble, interception. It just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. It did not stop. And I'm looking at the coach. I'm like, Coach, you got a guy like Nick Foles that's, you can put him in. He's had success just last year against this team. Not saying that it would have been the same scenario this year, but you see the kid is struggling. If you see he's struggling this bad, you got to pull him out to save him from himself at this point. You don't want him to go out there and lose confidence in himself, and worse than that, have the fans lose confidence in this man. But you set him up for failure in this game. So I did not like that move by Matt Nagy whatsoever. His basic play calling really hurt them in this one. And Justin Fields, he's still a rookie. You help him succeed. This was not a game that he should have been playing in. This is one that you need a veteran quarterback to go against this defense. You couldn't run the ball. Buccaneers too good to run the ball. And so you just set him up to fail. I did not like that at all. But on the flip side, 80 says Tom Brady, he did get the 600th passing touchdown. He did. I seen that Mike Evans gifted someone with the football. Then he had to renege and get the football back from him so they can give it to Tom Brady. So some fan thought they were getting the football and left without a football. But, but yeah, that was great for Tom Brady to get the 600. Great for him. All right, so here we go. So let's see. Old man's providing some clarification here. He says Fred is listed as middle linebacker, but he plays all over the field and 24 years old. And so 94 mil is cheap for what they would have had to pay him if he went to free agency. And so, okay, that's right. That's right there. Okay, yeah. So there you got it. Appreciate that clarification there on that one. But yeah, I mean, giving him 94 million, that is great. I mean, he is 24 years old, but you were going to have to pay him. He went out there and made the first team All-Pro. You were going to have to pay him some money out there. So absolutely. I think it was a great call to pay that man that money, as well as it was for the Colts. to pay their linebacker as well. Pay these young guys their money now so they can go ahead and focus on football. You don't have to worry about them competing in free agency. You have to worry about any of that stuff in terms of just, later on when the value is going to continue to go up. Go ahead, pay them now because, as we see with quarterbacks and stuff, that money just keeps getting more and more. So there you go. And so Nico TV has joined the stream. What's good, Nico? Glad to have you here. Welcome back. Oh, man, we've got Nico back. We've got old man here. I feel like, this is like some historic stream that we're watching right here. Glad to have you guys back. And you say, hey, JB Curry, congratulations on 1K. Sorry for the late congratulations. Hey, appreciate you. And so I know, you've got to be getting ready for more hooping this season and all like that. I'm sure that you got your basketball team ready for another year. If you guys haven't started already, that is. So definitely let me know how that's going right there. But yeah, appreciate you on that. Absolutely. And so, yeah, and Tuesdays is when I do my basketball streams as well. So yeah, just a heads up on that one. But yeah, appreciate you for coming through. And let me know which team you got winning this one. Let's see. 80 says, do you think Justin Fields still can be a great quarterback? Oh, yeah, he definitely can still be a great quarterback. It's just it takes some people time. And this was a game where, honestly, you look at this game and it's like, man, he looked really bad out there, And so am I harsh on him? Yes, I'm harsh on him. But at the same time, Justin Fields, he's young. I don't think Matt Nagy's put him in the best position to succeed. The Bears, they just played against a team that won the Super Bowl last year, and Tampa Bay looked like that team. They were on a mission. So, yeah, I still think Justin Fields can be great, though. I know that the fans are going to turn on him, but I'm not punting the ball on him yet. He still can be great. We're just not going to see it in year one. We're just not going to see it this year. But next year, hopefully we'll see a more improved version. Hopefully by year 3, he'll begin to show that he's that guy. So I'll give him to year 3 at the end of year 3 and see what he does. Let's see. Nico says, yeah, I just had a tournament yesterday, but today it got canceled because of the rain. And so gotcha. Oh, man, that had to be tough. Nico says, Niners looking disappointing right now. Hope for the best in the second half. And so, okay, so you're rooting for them 49ers. Definitely understand that. But, yeah, absolutely. The 49ers right now, it's a close game. The good news is I feel like for both teams, the good news is if you just focus on running the ball, that can be good. I'm seeing some news right here. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so all right, so they're just talking about Deshaun Watson situation with the Dolphins and Panthers, both of them in talks with the team with the Houston Texans. Obviously, it's going to be up to Deshaun Watson in terms of just where he wants to go because it's in his contract, the no contract void. So therefore, he gets to determine when it's all said and done which team he's going to want to play for. He's been favoring Miami. Miami seems to be the place that he wants to go to. Obviously, we don't know if the commissioner's going to let him play this year or not. So he can go ahead and go to Miami if he wants to. This season looks like it's going to be a wrap either way. So he can go there. He can choose Carolina, but it seems like Miami's the place that he wants to go. So we'll see if that happens. We will see if that happens. Meanwhile, I need to pick him up in my other fantasy football league as well when I get some chance. But I do have him in one league. I will say that. Let's see. Mike says, JB Mahomes be like, oh, man, that was tough for Mahomes out there earlier. Like, that's a tough loss. I remember twice I've seen that happen to Tom Brady with the Patriots that I can think of where I was really just like looking like, what is going on? That's not Tom Brady. I remember when Kansas City beat the Patriots like that one time. And I also remember they had Alex Smith at quarterback. I also remember the Saints one time putting it on the Patriots as well. And I believe we were going down there to at the Saints. It was a nighttime game. Absolutely hate those nighttime games on the road. I feel like it brings up the best in most teams. But, yeah, I remember those two games. Things got out of hand quickly. Patrick Mahomes, he just had one of those days. He'll bounce back. But right now, that injury, we got to see. I believe it was a concussion protocol thing, so we'll continue to monitor that as the week goes on. But, yeah, that was tough to see there for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Mike says, JB, this is final offers. Get them in for Watson. And so, absolutely. Let's see. Old man Mob says, let's see. He says, if we're keeping it 100, the Jets and Bears haven't been able to take care of their quarterbacks for 20 plus years. You know what? That's facts right there. That's straight facts. That cannot be debated right there. I'm trying to think if another team fits that bill. Since the Browns have Baker Mayfield, he's been a good manager for them. So I won't throw them in this conversation as well. But you're absolutely right about that. I mean, there's a couple of teams that they've had one quarterback during that time frame. You think of Houston, all the quarterbacks they had. Deshaun Watson was the best thing that they've had. But outside of that, they've had a lot of quarterbacks that they've gone through since they've been an expansion team. But yeah, those two teams, no fan base has seen more drops at the quarterback position for so long than those two teams, especially the Bears. I mean, I feel like the Bears, it's just been for too long, way too long. Absolutely. Let's see, Mike says, did you get my YT comments at like 4? And so I probably didn't even check that one yet. Didn't check that one yet. Let's see. Nico says, we're witnessing Mahomes getting exposed for one reason, because he's having Tyreek Hill taken away from him. He can't bomb it every time anymore. And so I'm really hoping that they do something about this on Madden as well, because it's getting very annoying going against the Kansas City Chiefs and seeing guys just rolling all the way to the right, throwing it across the field, not even looking, and all of a sudden it's a perfect pass. Like, no, let's cut that out. Let's cut that out. So let's update that, take that out of Madden. Let's not do that. Let's not make it unrealistic there. But yeah, I mean, the NFL is catching up to Mahomes a little bit, but I think Mahomes will be fine. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks go through it, and so he'll be fine. It's just an adjustment he has to continue to make. And when things are good, they're good. But when they're bad, you got to fight through it. Got to fight through it. Let's see, Mike says, remember beginning of the year when I said about Mahomes' challenges with that depleted roster? That is right. I do remember that, Mike. I do remember that, Mike. So, yeah, shout out to Mike for giving that one a call right there. Absolutely. Do remember that. Absolutely. Let's see. Mike says, JB feels no surprise. We said since Jump Street quarterback got zero time with that O-line. Yeah, remember, I said that you can buy a jersey from any of those offensive linemen at the 99-cent store. Well, I guess they got that half off right now. You can get it for half the price of 99 cents now. Matter of fact, just say you want it. That's it. That's all you get. If you want to donate something for them, great. But at this point, they're probably just handing it out for free right now to get rid of it, because that offensive line has just been garbage. Just been garbage for the Bears. And so I hate to see Justin Fields in that situation right there, where it just feels like he has no help. You look at his facial expression on the sideline. This is a man that has no help, and he feels no support in terms of like his head coach coming over there, giving him a solid game plan. They're not trying to make things easy for him. It's no, Matt Nagy has just turned his back on him. You would have thought Matt Nagy was being forced to play him. And so he's like, you want him in? I'm going to keep him in and then let him just fail just because you guys told me to play him. That's what it honestly felt like today. I mean, he didn't even think about putting the backup in. Didn't even think about it. But absolutely. Let's see. Nico says, Mahomes needs to learn not to throw it in traffic when checkdowns aren't there, because he throws it up there when something goes wrong. Spot on, Nico. That is spot on. Absolutely. I've seen that a couple times today, and a couple times I'm looking at Mahomes like, what? Well, what are we doing here? Like, you can't make magic happen every day. I get it. That's kind of your forte, and it's kind of like, how you made yourself famous here. But don't throw it all away by doing that now. If you keep playing like that, somebody's going to tap you on the shoulder and say, look, Mahomes, we need you to cut that salary at least until about a quarter of what you're getting paid right now if you keep playing like that. Like, he got to go out, because, I mean, they're paying him to make up for the lack of the rest of the roster that they have. But you got to still play it safe and not turn it over by being reckless with the football. Can't be reckless. Meanwhile, we've got the 49ers coming out here, getting ready to kick things off to start the third quarter. Mike says, Nico TV, great take. Mahomes is human. NFL drafted Jackson, Herbert, Allen, catching up with, as JB said. And so absolutely, that gap isn't as wide anymore. Matter of fact, I don't even think there's a gap when it comes to that Josh Allen part, though, because Josh Allen, I would draft Josh Allen right now ahead of Mahomes, for so many reasons. Mahomes, he's got Tyreek Hill, he's got Travis Kelce. If I'm doing a draft, odds are I don't have those guys right there. But someone like Josh Allen, I feel like he can elevate the receivers and all like that. I really feel like that. All right, so here we go. There was no return on the play, and so the Colts are going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Let's see what adjustments were made at halftime here. If I'm these teams, I'm looking to run the ball, but here they are in the shotgun. Tight end goes in motion. They got 2 tight ends in the play, 2 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Hands to the back. That's Jonathan Taylor. He cuts up. He gets 9 yards before he gets cuts up, just a yard shy of the first down. Going to make it 2nd and 1. Let's see. Old man says, I think New England should bring in Brian Poole or trade for a cornerback. I know they did talk with Brian Poole, and I thought that was going to be a done deal, but that didn't happen. But I'd like to see them bring in Brian Poole. We can use some more depth there at that cornerback position. So I'm all for that. I'd rather we just go ahead and bring him in as opposed to trading for a cornerback right now. So, yeah, I would love to see that happen. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz shotgun. 2 receivers on the play. Got a tight end as well. Receiver goes in motion. Takes a snap. Hands it to Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor gets the first down and then some. And, yeah, he picks up about a good 8 yards on the carry. Going to make it 1st and 10 for the Colts 42-yard line. That's the formula. Keep feeding Jonathan Taylor in this game. It's there. Just utilize it. It is there for the taking. Already in this game, 17 carries, 93 yards as a team for the Indianapolis Colts in this one. All right, here we go. Lining up in the shotgun. There are 4 wide receivers on the play. 49ers sends pressure. They throw it to the receiver, Pascal. He gets tackled. Excellent tackle on the play. And Jimmy Ward with the tackle. Jimmy give that man an award with the tackle. Now we're looking at 2nd and 11 coming up from the Colts 41-yard line. Mike says Mahomes is in a room full of fancy lighting and sneakers and crying in his arms. And you know what? Sometimes it hurts a quarterback when you first come into the league and you start finding success, you have too many, like a lot of weapons, and you start getting used to things coming to you easy, you know? And I'll touch on that more after this play. But Carson Wentz in the shotgun, throws it, and it's caught. That's Mo Allen Cox right there with the reception. Gains about 5 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 6 from the Colts 46-yard line. But yeah, I mean, like when you look back at Tom Brady and the success he had during the first dynasty, his best receiver was, a combination of Troy Brown, which was a pretty good receiver, but not, like one of those, not like a Tyreek Hill or nothing like that, Deion Branch. So he had to learn to make stuff from lesser guys. Not saying that they were bad, because they were great, especially during that peak. They were great, but they weren't like the big time receivers you can just plug in there and just throw up a jump ball all the time and they win it. No, those were guys you had to build chemistry with. Meanwhile, Wentz throws it, and it is caught, but isn't short. He's short. He's a yard shy of the first down. That's going to be 4th and 1 for the Colts at the 49ers, 49-yard line. You have to think, will they go for it? You have to think they'll probably go for it here. But yeah, I mean, if you're used to those guys constantly getting open, then you have to play with receivers that struggle to get open. It makes it a lot harder to go from that. It's easier to go from guys who struggle to get open to guys who get open than vice versa for a quarterback. But here we go. 4th and 1. They've got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Heavy set up front. Let's see who wins it. Offensive line or defensive line. Who's going to win this matchup? Wentz up under center. Takes a snap. Hands it to the back. Jonathan Taylor. He looks. He bounces off a guy. And he picks up 3 yards. Did he lose the ball? He lost it, but it looks like the Colts recovered it. The ball is hitting the turf left and right out there. I mean, call the cleanup crew, because someone's got to clean up for all these mistakes that's being had out there. And let's see, Mike says, can we get to 20 thumbs up by the end of the 3rd quarter? That is the question. Can we? Make sure, if you haven't already, that you do press the thumbs up button, guys. Let's get that going. All right, here we go. Wentz up under center. 2 receivers towards the top of the screen. 1 at the bottom. Let's see, do we have a timeout? Ooh, we have a challenge. What are we challenging? Did I overlook something? I'm wondering what did they see that I didn't see? Yeah, I don't even know what are we challenging here. What are we challenging here? I don't know. Talk to them, ref. But meanwhile, while they're figuring that out, old man says Mahomes going to live by the sword, deep throwing, and he will die by the sword, deep throwing. I mean, that's what he does. He's going to throw it up there. I mean, it's just a matter of how did I get to this point in my life? It's by going deep a lot, and so he's going to take his shots. He's going to give his guys an opportunity. But sometimes when it doesn't go right, he's about to learn how quickly people turn. I mean, let's see. 80 says first down. Someone needs to inform the referees of that. Let's see. 80 says, bam, JB would have punted. JB would not have punted that ball. Would not have punted that ball. Oh, here we go. I guess there's not enough penalties here, so the referees got to find some, shine somehow. So far, things are going pretty good for my fantasy team so far in this one. I need a couple more things to go right here so I can at least have the lead heading into tomorrow. Eddie says JV is excited tomorrow night that his starting quarterback Gino is playing. I actually am excited because it's going to come down to my fantasy football matchup. My opponent has Tyler Lockett. I got DK Metcalf. Right now, we are extremely close. So it's going to come down to that matchup. And I know that Gino's going to target DK Metcalf more than he's going to target Tyler Lockett. If Russell was in, he would heavily target Tyler Lockett and I'd be in a world of trouble. So therefore, I feel a little bit more better about that. I don't need much. Just make sure that DK gets more than Tyler Lockett. I'll know exactly what I need at the end of this game come tomorrow. So I'm happy for my fantasy football team's sake. Got to find small wins here, small wins. But yeah, Saints and Seahawks, that's going to be an interesting one. Let's see. And yeah, Andy's confused like the rest of us. He wants to know what is going on with the play. And so what are we reviewing? What are we reviewing? Like, can they explain to us what is being reviewed? I mean, if they want to pick up their challenge, I'd cost them a timeout for throwing that flag out there in the first place. But like, this is what are we challenging here? What are we challenging the fumble? Because the recovery was still past the first down line. So I don't know what we're challenging here. Whoever told you to throw that challenge flag, that's not your friend. They are not your friend. They do not mean you any good at all. Whoever told you to throw that challenge flag, because I'm sure someone buzzed down and told them to challenge it. They are not his friend. Eddie says, JB word in the street is your boy Spencer Rattler is heading to Ole Miss. Well, if that's the case, I mean, he better be happy holding the clipboard and, be the backup because that's going to be his role. That's going to be his role. I mean, maybe Spencer Rattler should consider going to the University of Miami. They're going to need a quarterback after this year. Maybe he should go there. I'll just throw that team out there. That's a team that always needs a quarterback. And the guy they got right now, this is his last year. So maybe he should go there. Mike says, Mahomes be like, they covering Kelsey and Hill. What do I do? Coach be like, there is a guy named Pringle. Pringles are delicious. He's like, Coach, I'm allergic to Pringles. That's his response. He's allergic to Pringles. But what they need right now is they really need a running back. And I know that they have to hate the fact that, Kareem Hunt didn't work out for them down in Kansas City because he was spectacular even with them back then, but they need another running back like that in the backfield to help them out on that offense, to add some balance and take some pressure off of Patrick Mahomes so he doesn't have to feel like he has to do it all every time he's out there. Meanwhile, out of the shotgun, Wentz keeps it, hands it to the back. Jonathan Taylor gets about 3 yards out of the play. Mike says first rounds pick Spencer Q. Rattler. So that's what he's projected for his Buffalo Bills, I guess, because I don't see no other team doing that. No other team doing that. No, not anybody that cares about their job anyways. No. Wonder if the Eagles will consider that. Here we go, 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun formation. 2 tight ends on the play, 2 receivers. Takes a snap. Hands it to Marlon Mack. Mack's looking, bouncing around, and he picks up about 3 yards on the carry up the middle. 3rd and 4 coming up from the 49ers 40-yard line. So far in this drive, 9 plays, 35 yards, 5 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock in terms of time of possession. Here we are in the 3rd quarter. Takes a snap, hands it to Mack, and Mack is brought down, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and so that's going to be no gain. 4th down coming up. They're going to have to punt the ball. Let's see. Mike says, honestly, JB, would you rather watch the 49ers or American Gladiators? I've got no problem with the 49ers. I've got no problem with them. No problem with them. All right, here we go. 4th and 4. Are they fit to go for it on 4th and 4? Okay, Wentz up under center. 1 back in the backfield. That looks like Marlon Mack. 2 tight ends on the play, 2 receivers. All right, so all that for nothing. They will not snap the ball. They're going to take the penalty. Let's see. Old Man Mob says that Kansas City should look at bringing in Gurley or trade for Marlon Mack. If I'm the Chiefs and I'm going to bring in the running back, I want Marlon Mack because I think that Marlon Mack would really help this offense out a lot. Really, because, I mean, when Clyde Edwards-Helaire does come back, they can utilize him maybe even off the bench. But Marlon Mack would be solid for them moving forward. So if I'm Kansas City, I want to make that happen. I really do. Punt is on the way. All right, so that punt goes to about they're saying 10-yard line. Oh, great. We got a Tom Brady commercial. All right, let's see. Where are we at right now in terms of thumbs up? Let's see. All right, so right now I see that we're at 14 thumbs up. So, yeah, let's see. We're still got a lot of time here in the 3rd quarter. So let's see if we can get to 20 by the end of the 3rd quarter here. Let's see if it's possible for us to reach 20. That would be great and put us on a great pace if we can reach 20. But, yeah, I think that would be a great idea if Marlon Mack was with the Kansas City Chiefs. I really would. The Chiefs would be, I think, the most sense right now in terms of just long-term for Marlon Mack. Because obviously, if he went to Carolina, that's just if Christian McCaffrey comes back. Although I think they need to find a way to reduce Christian McCaffrey's carries, but you can only do that with a running back like Marlon Mack right now. Because Hubbard, I mean, he should just be the backup at this point. And then I know they said the Saints have some interest, but I don't really see what he can really do too much for the Saints there. So, yeah, I think that this would make a lot of sense for the Kansas City Chiefs if they pick them up. Mike says, can we put a search team out for 80s and Azashak? And so Azashak is probably still partying right now from yesterday's victory. All right. That was huge for him. That was his team to fight Illini. And yeah, I mean, after going through so much with this team all season long, to finally have that win, he probably went at a cruise ship, and he's probably still out right now on that cruise ship, just partying it up with some celebrities right now because his team won. So I know he's got to be excited and happy about that. When you watch the Fighting Illini football team and you get a win like that, that's worth partying for. Like I'm talking about worth of like 10 years worth of parties right there for him. So yeah, good luck with that one. Mike says, JB Nation, what's better, fries? You say Mickey D's or Wendy's? And so I haven't had Mickey D's in a minute, but definitely Wendy's. If we're comparing the two of those, definitely Wendy's. I will go Wendy's because every time I get McDonald's fries, they're always ice cold, like freezing cold. Like I don't know how long they keep those fries out there. So yeah, I got to go with Wendy's. Meanwhile, Jimmy G throws it, and it is caught by the receiver. That's going to be a first down. That's going to be a first down. Deebo Samuel takes it all the way to the San Francisco 20-yard line. So let's see if the 49ers can put the drive together here and try to take the lead. All right, here we go. Jimmy's going to line up under center here. Got a fullback, tight end, one back in the backfield, two receivers. Fullback goes in motion. Colts got 4 on the line. Takes a snap. Hands to the back. Back cuts. Goes up the middle for a 4-yard gain. That is going to be 2nd and 6 from the San Francisco 24-yard line. All right, and we're in the third quarter. About 7 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Second and 6. Takes a snap. Hands it to the back. And that's going to be a gain of about 2 yards, about a yard in the carry. That's going to make it 3rd and 5 coming up from the San Francisco 25-yard line. So what do I need for my fantasy football team right now? I need a sack or a turnover or something behind the line of scrimmage right now. Now's a good time to help my fantasy football team out a lot. Mike says, damn, said if you order Mickey D's fries, always say no salt so they make them fresh. Tip. And so absolutely appreciate that. It's been a while since I've been there, though. And Jimmy fumbled it. I guess nobody wants the ball. False start on the 49ers there, and they got a break, and that could have been a break that could have helped my fantasy football team out even more. But yeah, I appreciate that, Mike. And Mike says Hubbard rushed 28 times for 11 yards. 28 times for just 11 yards? My goodness. My goodness. All right, so now we're looking at 3rd and 10 here. We've got, let's see, 4. We got 3 receivers, 1 tight end. You've got 1 back in the backfield next to Jimmy. Colts send 4. Can he get some pressure? He's looking. He throws, and it's caught by the receiver. He's still standing up. They're trying to hold him up and rip the ball out, and he gets down. That's Mohamed Sanu. He did nothing like that for my Patriots when he was with us. But yeah, Mohamed Sanu with the reception for 16 yards. All right, here we go. Jimmy G and the 49ers got a whole new fresh set of downs here. Got 3 receivers on the play, 1 tight end, 1 back in the backfield with him. Takes a snap, fakes to the back. Jimmy's looking. He throws, almost picked off, picked the ball off. Picked the ball off. Nobody wants the ball. Like AD says, nobody wants the ball. Linebackers, they don't want the smoke. Defensive backs, they don't want the smoke. Nobody wants the smoke. Soon we're going to see the centers line up and not even put their hand on the football at this point because nobody wants to touch the football. Honestly, it looked like he tried to punch the ball in the air. 3 receivers on the play, takes the snap, hands to the back. Back gets it. and he falls forward for a gain of about 5 yards. On the play, takes to the 49ers 41-yard line. I mean, the 49ers, they invested a lot of money on that offensive line. They need for that money to pay off. But here they go, 3rd and 5. Ball at the 49ers 41-yard line. Jimmy G in the shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Takes a snap. He's looking. Colts, they got pressure. They got him. They put a hand on him. He fumbled the ball. I think Payne picked it up for the Colts. And the Colts had the ball. That's going to help my fantasy football team out a lot right there. They do have possession of the ball. What a play by the defense. What a play. A game that nobody can hold on to the ball. Nobody. I'm seeing more drops than the fantasy football waiver line out there, guys. Like, this is just ridiculous right here, guys. Like, I feel like we're watching that kid from Illinois Saturday all over again. Just every time he gets hit, just ball comes out. It's like we're watching a Mario video game, and every time a person gets hit, coins are being dropped. Instead of coins, it's the football at this point. And so, Jimmy, I mean, the situation, Jimmy. I mean, you got to try to win the team back, and you're not going to do it by turning the ball over. Carson Wentz up under center, 1 back in the backfield. 3 receivers, takes a snap, fakes it to the back. Wentz is looking. He steps up. He's moving. He's still running, looking, throws it, and it is caught by Michael Pittman Jr., but there is a penalty on the play. You know what that means. It's probably going to be holding on the offense, but let's see. All right, holding on Quentin Nelson. So replay that first down there. That's going to back him up 10 yards on that hold. Mike says they drop almost as much as Illini Nation. They want to go back to the house. Well, that's the problem. The final Illini did not want to go to the house at all. They want to stay out there on the field forever. Mike says, oh, big sack. Finally, JB Nation. Yeah, that was a big-time sack, big-time fumble recovery. Old Man Mob says, I'll say this again. Glad Mr. Glass himself, Jimmy G, isn't our quarterback. I'm so glad about that, too. I know a lot of people before the draft was like, let's trade for Jimmy. Let's get a second-round pick and get Jimmy back, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jimmy gets hurt a lot. He's fragile. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz going deep. Oh, my goodness. That is definitely pass interference. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? The way that players are dropping the ball in this game, and you're going to just gift them with the first down? Wow, guys. Like, wow. The way everybody's been dropping the ball, there's a strong chance he probably doesn't make that reception anyways. And if he does, shoot, just make the tackle because you're still going to be at the same yard anyways. But, yeah, I will definitely take the Mac over him any day of the week. Absolutely. Mike says this game is an abomination to all teams that are not garbage. Statement said. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz takes it. He's looking. He feels the pressure. He's moving. He throws it up there into the stand, but there is a flag. So we'll see what that is. What is the flag going to be? Mike says, Jimmy garbage. Am I right? And so, yeah, at this point, yeah. Absolutely. I wouldn't want him starting on my team. I wouldn't want him starting on my team. He'd make a good backup right now. That's about it. Let's see. 80 says, yes, you are, Mike. And so absolutely. Let me see. Just how's my fantasy football team looking right now? So thanks to the Colts defense right now, I have life again in my fantasy football league. This is the game that I needed. Right now, no points for Hines, And the Colts defense has 9 points for me in this fantasy football league. Let's keep it that way. Carson Wentz up under center. One back in the backfield is Taylor. Receiver goes in motion, takes a snap. He's going to hand it to Taylor. Taylor makes a step. Taylor in the end zone, untouched. Didn't even get a hand on my man there. And he took it in the end zone for a touchdown for the Indianapolis Colts there. So way to take advantage of the turnover the defense created that resulted in some points there. And so, yeah, the Colts currently up 19-12. Going to kick the extra point. You'd have to assume and make it a touchdown and 2-point game. Let's see. Old Man Mob says Mr. Glass will either be a Texans or Lions quarterback soon if he keeps playing like this. I don't even think that's the case anymore. I know Houston. If I'm Houston, I'm happy with Tyrod Taylor. If I'm going to bring somebody in, I'm bringing in a young guy. I'm not bringing in Jimmy G. If I'm down there in Detroit, we got Goff on a relatively okay contract. There's no need to bring in an injury-prone quarterback. No, he's going to be a backup quarterback. He might be backing up Justin Fields next year. I think that's what's going to happen with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he'll be backing up Justin Fields next year. That's what I'm thinking. He'll go in there, compete during the preseason and all like that, but ultimately end up the backup to Justin Fields and whoever is going to be the new head coach of the Chicago Bears next year. That's my projection, my bold projection for Jimmy Garoppolo next year. 80 says, JB touchdown. There it is. Let me make sure my volume's not up too loud. All right. That's a good spot there. Okay. Mike says, I like Wentz better when he was Prince Harry of Great Britain. Hey, he does got that looking like though. So let's see. 80 says, Mike, he does look like him. Not only does he look like him, I guess he kind of plays like him too. A little less poised though, but still. But nah. But yeah, the Colts, they're currently up 20-12 in this one. They've scored every quarter. And there he is, guys, the man of the moment himself, Asher Shack, fresh off of probably partying all night long, probably had a huge hangover today when it came to just for his Fighting Illini beating Penn State. Welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you here. Let me know, how did you feel about that win for your team yesterday for the Fighting Illini? And yeah, we'll start with that one. Got a lot of questions for you here today, but glad to have you here. And also let me know who you got winning this game and your final score projection in this one, Colts or 49ers. And just to give you a heads up, Azure Shack, we had that conversation and we decided that they're no longer selling those Chicago Bears offensive lineman jerseys at the 99-cent store. No, those are half off now at the 99-cent store. Matter of fact, I think you can go in there and get about 2 offensive lineman jerseys for free before they start charging you 50 cents for the jerseys. There you go. Mike says, guess who's back? Back again. As is back. Tell a friend. There you go. There you go. All right, so the Colts are about to kick things off here. All right, into the end zone we go. All right, so protecting the football is obviously the biggest issue in this one. Neither quarterback has thrown for more than 82 yards in this game. Jimmy G's the quarterback that has 82 yards, 7-15, 82 yards. Let's see what he does here on first down. Line up under center here. Fullback goes in motion. One back in the backfield, 2 receivers. Got a Colt defender that almost jumped off sides, got back on sides in time, and let's see, takes a snap. Fakes it to the back. Jimmy's looking. Jimmy throws it, and it is caught. It is actually caught. Great job just holding on to the ball there by the wide receiver. But there's a flag. So hold up on everything. There is a flag. So let's see what they're going to call. An ineligible man downfield against the offense. So negate that completion. Move him back 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 15. Mike says Josh Norman be like, I'm old and even I'd rather be not signed than play for this team. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. And so Adishak says, haha, there you go. But yeah, there we go. Right now in this one, the Indianapolis Colts lead 20-12. We're in the third quarter. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in this one. The 49ers, all 12 of their points came really on their first couple of drives of the game. They've been able to run the ball, but I feel like they're trying to pass it way too much right now. They need to get back to running the ball. But on first and 15, out of the shotgun, takes it, fakes it to the back. Jimmy G, he bootlegs. Jimmy G, he feels the pressure. Jimmy G, hit, ball's in the air, and it's still caught by his wide receiver. There is a flag, but wow, talk about getting lucky on that one. The defense almost able to force a turnover, but hold everything. There is a penalty. Holding on the offense. So move them back another 10 yards there, and they are so lucky that their wide receiver came up with that reception. Otherwise, it would have been a turnover. That was a scary moment there for the 49ers offense. But yeah, Jimmy, I mean, his clock is broken right now. I mean, the pressure's there. You got to feel it a lot better than that. But yeah, it is definitely tough. All right, here we go. Jimmy lined up in the shotgun formation. Got a couple tight ends on the play, 3 receivers, 1 back in the backfield right next to Jimmy in the shotgun. Colts like they're sending 4. They're motioning back at the backfield. That's Mitchell towards the bottom of the screen. Jimmy takes a snap. Colts sending 3. They throw it to the receiver. Ball's behind him. Will the Colts pick it up? They clearly pick it up. Let's see. Was it a forward pass? The rain continues to pour. And it's really just the team that's able to secure the ball the best right now that's going to win the ball. Here we go. 2nd and 25. Ball at their own, let's see, 9-yard line. Takes a snap. Jimmy's looking. Jimmy throws it. And it's caught by Brandon Ayuk there. That's a 6-yard pickup. Takes it to the San Francisco 16-yard line. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 19 situation. Let's see, Mike says it's 4,000 year anniversary and reenactment of Great Flood at the game as a Shaq. Absolutely. Mike says, look at Jimmy throw. It is so wet. It looks like he's throwing a rock. Here we go, 3rd and 19. Will the Colts make a stop here, or will Jimmy be able to find a way to make the impossible possible here? Here we go, out of the shotgun formation, 3 receivers, couple tight ends, takes a snap. He's looking, throws it to the back, and the back catches it, and he is tackled. Nice way swarming to the ball by the Colts defense. He gets a yard on the play. Now we got to punt the ball for the 49ers here. Again, we're still in the third quarter, but we've got like 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. You got to be careful on these punts. Now, with the ball being wet, you want to make sure the punter gets a nice, clean ball here and able to get it off secure. He catches it, punts on the way. Let's see if we get a return. No return. Ball goes out of bounds at about the, let's see what the referees mark it at. Referee's going to about the 45-yard line just about. So, yeah, so the 49ers have punt the ball, and the Colts are going to come out 1st and 10 at the Indianapolis 45-yard line. When we come back from commercial. Mike says they all need big play McCray. Hey, in a game like this, they really do. And by the way, Shaq, if you do hear any updates about Chase Brown for the Fighting Illini, do let me know, what's his timeline looking back in terms of just, when he's going to be able to return or just, all that stuff. Definitely, I want to continue to monitor his career moving forward because I was very impressed with what I saw from both him and big play Joshua McCray. Love those 2 guys for the Fighting Illini. Let's see, Mike says, it's always good when it's 3rd and 19 to throw for 3 yards out there. Absolutely, I guess, for those guys. But, man, this is a tough game right here. I mean, you're seeing so many turnovers, so many mistakes that's happening in this game. I mean, you've got receivers dropping passes they shouldn't drop. Defensive backs have dropped passes too, running backs as well. I know that Hines, he had that one potential catch that would have been a touchdown if he catches it, but the ball just completely went through his hand and all like that. So a lot of mistakes out there, both quarterbacks fumbling the snap. So it's been a messy game out there, but with the weather being that bad, I mean, that's, I guess, expected out there. But, man, that is a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff going on out there. And let's see. Mike says Liberty smashed North Texas. Say sorry to your brother. Yeah, I don't think my brother even pays attention to that. So, but absolutely. Mike says amateur hour coaching JB. And so, okay. Absolutely. I mean, one thing, the only positive you can say for both of these teams is that the ground game it's been there. They've been able to run the ball. Both teams have more rushing yards than they have passing. Matter of fact, it's almost equal. Both teams have 107 yards on the ground. You know, the 49ers, they took 23 carries to get it. The Colts, 22 carries to get it, but they're both at 107 yards on the ground. You know, Jimmy G and the company, they've got 81 yards through the air. The Colts, Carson Wentz, they've got 72 yards through the air. So the ground game is the formula to win this game. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Wentz up under center. Got a pair of tight ends, 2 receivers, and a back in the backfield. Jonathan Taylor. They handed to Taylor. Taylor cuts up. Taylor. He gains about a good, let's see, how much does he gain? Up. And again, more penalties. Penalties becoming the story here in the second half. So, yeah, that's another hold on Quentin Nelson right now. That's going to make it 1st and 20. Meanwhile, let's see. Old Man Mob says Deebo Samuel is getting wasted with the 49ers that should trade him for Harry and a draft pick. Yes, let's make that happen. Put them on the phone right now. Let's get that done. Let us get that done. Would love to have that. Meanwhile, out of the shotgun formation, you've got 3 receivers, 1 tight end on the play, 1 back in the backfield. That's Jonathan Taylor with him. Out of the shotgun, Wentz takes a snap, hands it to Jonathan Taylor. Taylor makes the first guy miss, and yeah, he's going to go back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, going to make it 2nd and 20 coming up again. We've got less than a minute left to go here in the 3rd quarter with 40 seconds left to go right now. Let's see what can happen here for the Colts on offense. Can they get enough to try to make this 3rd down more convertible or just convert here on 2nd down altogether? Again, the 49ers, they scored all of their 12 points in the 1st quarter, have not scored since. All right, so there we go. Out of the shotgun formation. 3 receivers on the play, 1 tight end. 1 back in the backfield. That's Hines. Wentz throws it to Hines, and Hines unable to get any yards in the play, so that's going to be no gain with the reception. That helps my fantasy football team out a lot. Let's see. Mike says just 1 flick of the wrist, 90-yard deep pass from Allen would make my NFL day. Just 1. I mean, Mike has gotten accustomed to seeing that this year and even last year as well. So absolutely. Let's see. Mike says, JB Nation, can we get to that 20? So, yeah, can we get to 20? Thumbs up. Anybody that's watching that hasn't pressed the thumbs up button yet, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bells turned on so that way you'll be notified whenever I set up these live streams in advance, so that way you guys will know the upcoming live stream schedule. We're out here live streaming 5 days out the week. You know, we've got 3 NFL games, we've got 1 college football, and we've got 1 NBA game as well. And then later in the season, I'll find opportunities for some college hoops as well. But until we get to that point, we've got us 5 days filled with these live streams. So appreciate you guys and all the support, guys, as, hey, these live streams are continuing to grow, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. So, yeah, I mean, you just never know what's going to take place during these games. And so it's always great to have you guys involved as well, as we just enjoy the moment together. And we've seen some pretty great and magical stuff already this season. But yeah, we've got 1 quarter left in this game. Does anybody think there's a possibility that this game could possibly go to overtime and whatnot. I mean, the score is current. It's technically one possession right now. It's still a possibility that it could happen. And we've seen a lot of old teams in these streams. Either that or it's gotten really close. Let's see. Mike says JB did not get to see, did not get the chance to see your college rank update, but appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I had that one up a little bit before 4 p.m. Eastern, so right before the second set of games start to come on here today. And so, yeah, there's definitely a couple changes there. Penn State dropped from 7 to 20. I remember that. Obviously, UGA still number 1. Bama jumped up to number 3, so they leapfrogged Oklahoma and all like that, which I expected that to happen because Oklahoma's been pretty much – they had a lot of games that were super close this year, a lot of games super close. But, yeah, there's some interesting things. Coastal Carolina fell from 14 to 24. A lot of things out there that's been taking place. But, yeah, appreciate you for checking that out. Let's see. Out of the shotgun formation here, 3rd and 22. Went back in the backfield is Hines. Wentz takes a snap. No, he hands it to Hines. Hines, he's running. He gets 4 yards on the carry. I am not too happy about that. Not too happy about that. Going against Hines right now, I did not want him to get a single point because every point matters in this league. Let's see, how does that change things? So, okay. I need the Colts defense to get another turnover in this one. That would really help. Punt is on the way. We got a return here. Let's see. 49ers, 25, 30, out of bounds at the 30-yard line. They're saying 28. So 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 28-yard line. Old man Mob says, if both teams don't stop fumbling and with these flags, then yes, OT, here we come. So I doubt they're going to stop. I doubt it. Mike says, no OT. Both teams are 2 and terrible. 2 and terrible. I like that, Mike. 2 and terrible. Let's see. Ashak says, if the Colts score, it's a game maybe. Ashak, I've got to vent here about your Chicago Bears, man. I know that's your team, but they really pissed me off today. They really did. My opponent had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, also had Leonard Fournette, also had Tom Brady, and the Bears did everything within their power to try to cost me to lose. Meanwhile, Jimmy G is going deep, and it is actually caught. It is caught. That is a gain of about 29 yards on the reception there by Debo Samuel with the reception. So Jimmy G, when he's been able to bootleg, he's had some success with that. That seems to be the best thing for them right now. So now we have a 1st down for them. So does this crank up the 49ers offense? Time will tell. Let's see. Play action fake. Bootleg. Jimmy pump fakes. He's going. He throws. And it is caught. I feel like he just threw it up in the general direction of his 2 targets and had that reception. But what a completion there for 27 yards all the way to the Colts' 14-yard line. Look at that. Jimmy G putting in work. And so, Ethan, thank you so much for joining the stream, man. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you for coming through. Let me know which team you got winning this game and your final score projection. Meanwhile, Jimmy's looking. Jimmy's got time. Jimmy throws it in the end zone to Debo Samuel. So he gets the touchdown. He helps his 49ers, and in the process, hurts my fantasy football team as well. Did not need the Colts defense to give up a score here. That's going to change things once again. My goodness. But yeah, that touchdown was big for the 49ers. So Jimmy G saying he's not done yet. Saying he's not done yet. Let's see. All right, so the 49ers, they're going to go for 2. Let's see if they get it. Jimmy's in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers on the play. Debo Samuel goes in motion, takes a snap, fakes it to the back. Jimmy's looking, feels the pressure. It's deflected by the Colts, and that's going to be no good. The 2-point conversion is no good. That could be big if neither team's able to score. That would be big for the Colts to be able to hold this lead. Let's see. 80 says going deep. Let's see. Mike says, at least when I go to my team games and it is poor, it snows, so I can brush it off. You're right about that. But all that window, yeah, you're not gonna see me down there at a Buffalo game anytime soon in December or even January in the playoffs. You won't see that. Mike says, Ethan, what's up? And so let's see. 80 says, TD, JB, yep. So 80s loves it. He loves it. And so let's see. Ethan says, I'd say Colts 30 and then 49ers 25. And then he says, let's see. He says, never mind. Let's see. Mike says, rejected, blocked, knocked that stuff down. So there you go. There you go. But yeah, so now we got ourselves another close game. You know, that seems to be the theme here. Every time we got a game that we're streaming, another close game. Will we see this Colts team do like we saw against the Baltimore Ravens when they let the Ravens come back and beat them? When 80s thought it was over, he counted the Ravens out in that one. But it was not to be said. It was not to be the case. The Ravens said not so. And in spite of 80s thinking that they were done, they came back. Speaking of which, speaking of a close game, I'll say this, Adam Shack, that scoreboard should look mighty familiar right now, 20-18, when your team beat Penn State yesterday. Just like that. Let's see. Old Man Mob says the Deebo Samuel is a freak in a great way. He has long arms and big hands. That he does. He comes with that big play potential. Big play potential. And I love it. Wish he was just on the Patriots here. Really wish that was the case. Let's see, Mike says, JBOT preview of tomorrow game, please. So yeah, tomorrow's game is the Seahawks and the Seahawks and the Saints. Don't expect Geno to throw too many yards in that one. That's why I'm really hoping the Colts defense can get me a turnover, get a couple sacks here. Help me have the lead by the end of this game. You know, because my opponent has Hines. I have the Colts defense. And so if I can just have the lead going into tomorrow's game, it's really just a top-up because he's got Tyler Lockett. I've got DK Metcalf. So it'll just be a toss-up at that point. Meanwhile, we have a return here by the Colts, 20. Let's see, 25. And he's going to get brought down at about the 27-yard line of the Colts. So they're going to set up the 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. But, yeah, I mean, the Saints – I think the Seahawks are going to struggle to move the ball. If they do move the ball, it's going to have to be big plays that they target DK Metcalf on because he can go up there and win those jump ball passes. You know, but I don't expect for them to score more than maybe 16 points at most. Meanwhile, I could see New Orleans probably getting about 28 points, 24, 28 points. So I can see the Saints winning that one. Here we go, out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the play. They hand it to the back. That's Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor, he picks up a good solid 5 yards on the carry. Tackled by Fred Warner. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 5 at the Colts 32-yard line. All right, here we go. 2nd and 5. Carson Wentz in the shotgun. 3 receivers towards the top of the screen. 1 back in the backfield with him. That's Jonathan Taylor. 49ers send blitz. They throw it to the receiver. Receiver has it. And he gained, let's see, they're saying a short gain for about 2 yards there. So that brings up a 3rd and 3 situation. Big 3rd down coming up. Mike says, does Geno have a long ball, JB? Let's see. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz, he's looking. He steps up. He throws it, and it's caught by Michael Pittman Jr. Nice play to make that reception, secure the catch, and just go down with it. That's all you can do in a game like this, secure the catch. But does he have a deep? You know, it's been – when I saw him with the Jets, I feel like he did have a deep ball to him. It's just a matter of obviously turnovers when it comes to him, and more so his quarterback reads as well. But yeah, I think he can definitely put the ball up there. For someone like DK Metcalf that can go up there and snag the ball, I think Geno has good ball placement on some of those deeper passes. But here we go, 1st and 10. Carson Wentz in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes it to the back, throws it to the receiver, Pascal. He's running. He has the first down. He picked up 13 yards on the reception before he shoved out of bounds. That's going to be at the 49ers 39-yard line. We've got 11 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. All right, here we go in the shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end in the play. 1 back in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. Fakes it to Taylor. Carson Wentz looking. He's going to go deep. And it is a jump ball. Incomplete. So Mosley says, nah, not going to happen. Mike says, I don't grade quarterbacks when they're with the Jets. They never build the O-line. In spite of that, there was two versions of Geno Smith when he was with the Jets that last year that he was actually a full-time starter. When he was at home, he was a different animal than when he was on the road. The home version of him is probably what we saw against the Rams in that one, minus the interception that he threw, because he can get a little streaky. But when he's on the road, then, yeah, he looked like a typical Jets quarterback. And so that's what held him back on the road. But meanwhile, Carson Wentz snapping for the ball. Unable to get that one off. Delay of the game. Moved them back 5 yards. Let's see. Mike says, okay, boom. He says, okay, boom, 20 thumbs up. So we reached 20 thumbs up. He says, okay, let's rally to 25. Can we do it? That is the question. Can we reach 25 thumbs up? That is what we all want to know. But appreciate you guys so much for all the support. Meanwhile, on 2nd and 15, 10 minutes and 28 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Carson Wentz in his shotgun, 2 receivers top of the screen, takes the low snap, fakes it to the back. He's looking. He feels the pressure. He's going to run. He's going to scramble. He's still running. And he falls forward for the first down. What a job by Carson Wentz to get the first down, 17 yards on the ground, and take it to the 49ers 27-yard line. With the weather being as it is, he still opted to go ahead, sacrifice his body, get the first down, take the hit, secure the football. That's big time right there. Yeah, that was a dangerous shot because if your feet get caught behind you, then hey. But here we go, 1st and 10. Receiver in motion. They hand it to Hines, and Hines, he loses a yard. Hey, that's going to help my fantasy team. If he's going backwards, I will take that. We can do that all day. 2nd down coming up. And so Mike says he loves that stuff too. When he's met at the line, love that stuff, JB Nation. Absolutely. I love it. My fantasy football team loves it. Yeah, whenever Hines gets the ball, I need him to fumble or just go backwards and just don't touch the ball, period. Here we go, 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Wentz takes it. He's looking. Wentz throws it to the tight end. That's Mo Alley Cox right there. He's going to pick up looks like about 10 yards. 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 1. And that's some nice solid rain that continues to pour on down there. All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. Out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the play. Got a tight end as well. Takes a snap. Hands it to the back. No, he's going to keep it. Carson Wentz says, why hand it off to someone else when I can get the first down myself? But there is a flag, so hold everything. Holding on the offense. Penalties will do it. They will disrupt the drive. And you have to know this is very important because the Colts, they do not have as much confidence in their field goal kicker right now. So they really prefer to try to get a touchdown and have to rely on the kicking game in this one. But here we go, 3rd and 12. Carson Wentz in the shotgun. We've got 4 receivers on the play. One back in the backfield with him. Takes a snap. 49ers send 4. The pressure gets to him. He throws it to Jonathan Taylor at the backfield. JT picks up about 5 yards on the reception. And so, Angel, thank you so much for joining the stream. Glad to have you here. How's it going? How has everything been? Thank you so much for coming through. And let me know what team are you rooting for in this one, as well as your final score projection if you want to give that as well. But, yeah, appreciate you so much for coming through and let us know how you're doing. All right, so they're going to rely on Michael Bagley, who's filling in for the injured Rodrigo Blankenship. So let's see if he can convert on his 42-yard attempt there. Kick is up. And it is. Looks like it's good. Right down the middle. Right down the middle. So he gets 3 points right there. That's one way to build confidence in your kicker. Have him make those. Meanwhile, 80 says 4th and 7th, go for it. So clearly, 80s has been playing Madden 22 online. And so he realizes when you play online, you have to go for it. It doesn't matter what it is on 4th down. Just go for it when you're playing Madden. Leslie Andrew says, my Texans lost. And so, yeah, that was tough. That was tough right there, honestly. I mean, I feel like at this point, Tyrod Taylor should be close to coming back. I've got Brandon Cooks on my fantasy football team, so I was hoping that he'd have a big game, but I'm looking forward to whenever Tyrod Taylor is able to return. That's going to help the offense. If they can get back to what they were before he got injured, that would be really good right there for the Houston Texans moving forward. But, yeah, sorry about that. No, you absolutely hate to have your team lose like that, but, yeah, definitely, especially against the Cardinals. So many familiar faces. I almost forgot prior to the game. They had so many ex-former Houston Texans on the Arizona Cardinals. So I know that had to be painful to watch guys like Hopkins on the other team, to watch guys like J.J. Watt, on the Arizona Cardinals, those guys. So absolutely understand that. And so, yeah, and appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat there. You're the real MVP here. So, yeah, definitely hoping that your Houston Texans can go ahead and rebound moving forward. I mean, that's going to be great seeing Tyrod Taylor back. So that's what I'm looking forward to, Tyrod Taylor. I think next year, bring Tyrod Taylor back, let him be QB1, draft a quarterback, who's going to be able to come in. Probably that quarterback from Liberty. If I'm Houston, I would go ahead and take Willis in that one and see what I can do with him, but let him sit a full year behind Tyrod Taylor because I do like Tyrod Taylor in this system for Houston as opposed to bringing in another quarterback. No, you stick with Tyrod, bring in a rookie quarterback to develop for the future and continue to build a team around him. I think the Houston Texans, they got some nice pieces that they picked up in free agency, and the offense was starting to click. It's just a matter of helping that defense continue to take that next level as well and keeping Tyrod healthy. But, man, I appreciate that. And let's see, Mike says, the drive to 25. Yeah, where are we at right now, Mike, in terms of the thumbs up? Where are we at right now? Matter of fact, let me look and see where we're at right now. But, yeah, that was a big-time kick right there for the Colts. They needed to come away with some points in a game like this. At least if you can keep them from scoring a touchdown, you have to like your odds right now. The defense has been playing very good after the first quarter with the exception of that last drive. So you got to bank on the defense being able to go out there and force some turnovers. Meanwhile, the 49ers, they're returning it. He's at the 20, 25, let's see, 30 to about the 31-yard line, they're saying, before Deebo Samuel's brought down. And they felt like they should have had a much bigger gain on that one, if not for being tripped up there before he was able to take it all the way. Okay, but yeah, we're getting closer, Mike, to that 25 mark. We are getting closer. Let's see, Mike says, oh, super chat. And so, yeah, it has officially been added to the page now as of probably not even a full week, I don't think yet, but absolutely. Meanwhile, let's see, Jimmy up under center. One back in the backfield is Mitchell. They got everybody close to the line here. Takes a snap, hands it to the back. He makes the guy miss. He's running, and he gains about 5 yards, about 4 yards in the carry. That's going to make it 2nd and 6 coming up from the 49ers, 35-yard line. And, yeah, he's doing a great job off of play action. I will say that. He's 8 of 11, 126 yards, and a touchdown last. You know, those play action fakes are really working right there for the 49ers because the run game has been super effective in this one. They have like 100 and they got 111 yards, I think, as a team on the ground. So, yeah, the run game has been big for the 49ers, and that opens up the play action fake. But out of the shotgun formation, you've got 2 receivers, tight end, fullback, one back in the backfield, take the snap. Jimmy's looking. Jimmy throws it, and it's caught. And they're going to tackle him after he gains about 3 yards on the play, makes it 3rd and 3. Let's see, Old Man Mob says, if the rumors are true, the NFL trade deadline is going to be crazy. Could see some crazy trades. Yeah, I'm already banking on that in my fantasy league. I'm in the 16-person league. Picked up Deshaun Watson to see what happens there. In my other team, I picked up Marlon Mack, see what's going to transpire with that. If those guys get moved, that could really benefit my team, just depending on where they get moved to. But absolutely, I'm anticipating some crazy stuff between now and November 2nd, which happens to be my birthday. So I'm expecting a lot of crazy things to happen between now and then. Colts is showing pressure. They send 4, however, and they throw it, and it is picked off. It's picked off. What an interception. Is he still running? He's still going. He could go all the way. Touchdown. Colts, but will it stand? Did he step out or was it a touchdown? That is a touchdown. Wow, what a play. What a play for the Colts defense. And that drastically helps my fantasy football team. Wow, what a play. What a play. Let's go ahead and catch up on some of these comments here real quick. Mike says, hey, Panthers could use Willis. Yeah, I think the Sports Blitz, he might even agree with you right here. But I can see them taking the kid from North Carolina if he's available, honestly, down there in Carolina, if that's the case. I can see them going with him. Mike says, oh, man, I would love that action. JB, can we count on you? Can we count on me? And so, hey, definitely. If a trade goes down, you best believe it. You best believe it. You best believe it. Ooh, oh, man, they're saying his footstep. Dang, the replay likes to take away stuff. My fantasy football team needed that touchdown, and you robbed me of that touchdown. I got so excited, too. So excited. Let me see. Where am I? But, yeah, Old Man Mob says the 49ers can pick any running back, and they can do great in their running back system. That's why I thought they would go with Mac over Trey. Glad they didn't, though. Oh, absolutely glad that didn't work out there. Glad. And so, but here we go in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the play, couple tight ends, one back in the backfield. Who's that back? It's Hines. They hand it to Hines. Get him. Don't let him get a yard. Don't let him get a yard. Rip the ball out. I cannot have that guy get anything for the fantasy football team. But, man, did I need that to turn into that touchdown. That would have been so huge if that would have been a touchdown that would have stood. So huge. Let's see. 80 says pick 6. Mike says the Nathan Peterman special. Oh, yeah, he likes to rap and deliver. All right, here we go. Carson Wentz lined up under center here. 2 receivers towards the bottom of the screen, one back in the backfield. Got a couple tight ends as well. Takes a snap. Fakes it to the back. He's looking. Wentz, he's going to run with it. And he is tackled. Way to secure the ball there. He gained 5 yards on the scramble. Ended up being tackled by Nick Bosa. 3rd down coming up. Let's see. Old Man Miles says, Mr. Glass trying to be the new Wentz. There you go. Let's see. 80 says, rip the ball out. That would be – all right, here we go. 3rd and 5. This is big. Can they get the first down here? 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back in the backfield with him. Pittman goes in motion towards the top of the screen. 49ers got 4 defensive linemen coming at him. Wentz throws it, and it is caught. But the 49ers gifted them with a first down because the second player basically pushed him beyond the first down line. You got to have better awareness than that. If you pull him towards you, there's no way he gets the first. Meanwhile, we got a guy down that's injured right now for the 49ers. Yeah, he was short, but the linebacker pushed him across. Come on, man. You got to play with better IQ than that. Oh, man, these last couple minutes here are extremely important for my fantasy football team here, guys. Extremely important. Right now, thanks to the Colts getting that interception, that did help. But a touchdown would have been huge. It would have been huge. I'm up like 102.79 to 100.49 in my fantasy football league right now. So it is extremely close. Let's see. Mike says, can we get a shout out from Mike Glennon? I mean, Mike Glennon is a quarterback. Hey, Mike knows how to get paid. Mike Glennon knows how to get paid. I'll say that. He will find opportunity after opportunity. Someone's going to believe in his hype. Let's see. Mischief Mike says, 22, let's go. All right, so we're almost at that 25 mark. You know, I think that 22 may be tied for the most thumbs up I've gotten on a stream yet. So let's see if we can surpass that, and it would be nice if we can reach 25. Let's see. Old Man Mob says the defense is giving up easy plays. And so, yeah, that has been the case. I mean, the only thing that's kept this game from being a lot more scoring is the fact that nobody wants to hold on to the ball. But outside of that, the plays have been there. They've been there to make. It's just due to the rain and stuff, there's been a lot more drops, a lot more quarterback fumbles, all that stuff happening. But again, the Colts are up 23-18. They have the ball, 3 minutes, 46 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. I just need the coach to take out Hines right now and put Jonathan Taylor back in the game. Don't leave that temptation. Don't leave that possibility for Hines to do something right now. Because, like, my fantasy team desperately needs for him to not get any points right now to set myself up for tomorrow so I can have the advantage for tomorrow for my fantasy football team. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Again, 3 minutes and 46 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. 1 possession game. Colts currently up by 5 points right now. And the 49ers defense, they're looking to try to make a play here and get the ball back for their offense after the turnover that Jimmy threw that interception not too long ago. All right, so here we go. Carson Wentz lining up under center here. Got a couple tight ends here. Everybody on the line. Got 1 receiver at the top of the screen, 1 back in the backfield. Back is JT. They hand it to actually, that's Hines. Hines gets it, and don't let him get a yard. Don't let him get a yard. I think it's back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Good job there by the defense. Why is the coach keeping him in? Take him out the game. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up here. Ball at the San Francisco 28-yard line. All right, so here we go. 2 receivers on the play, couple tight ends. Takes a snap. Fakes it to the back. Wentz is looking. Wentz throws it up there. And it is incomplete. Incomplete. And that was Kirkpatrick there in coverage. and Pascal just off his hands there, unable to get the ball, incomplete. And let's see, Old Man Mob says that Trey Lance will take the starting quarterback job sooner than later. Absolutely agree. I'm fully expecting that to be the case, honestly, within the next week or two, especially. I know it's just a matter of him being injured. That's why he wasn't out there today. I fully think in this matchup, if he was healthy, they probably would have went with him in this matchup. 3 receivers towards the top of the screen. Trips formation there out of the shotgun. Wentz takes it, fakes it to the back. Wentz is looking. Wentz, he's going to go deep. And it is caught by Michael Pittman Jr. for the touchdown, Indianapolis. So how about that? Michael Pittman Jr., he has been a standout for the Colts this season. We're talking about 4 receptions, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. In this one, he's averaging 26.3 yards per catch right now. He's only been targeted 4 times, and each of those 4 times, he's caught the ball. That's a guy you need to target more. And let's see. 80 says touchdown, JB, touchdown. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, he was their first-round pick last year out of USC, and he has definitely been great for the Indianapolis Colts, especially this year where it seems like he has stepped it up even more, and now he's at that wide receiver number 1 slot. So that's a big touchdown right there, and that right there hurts the 49ers a lot to give up that touchdown. You can give up a field goal possibly, but to try to get 2 touchdowns right now with 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to go, that's asking a lot right now considering everything that we've seen from the offenses so far. But yeah, Michael Pittman Jr., he got ups. He went up there, snagged the ball, and there you go. Mike says, nice catch. Yeah, there we go. Nice catch. And so let's see, 80s, or should I say 180, because he always flipped the story around 180 degrees. He says JB's counting the Colts out. And so that's what 80s does. He does 180 and turns the story around. Got our own Adam Schefter out here, making sure that he customized the message out there. All right, so here we go. Kickoff is on the way. Will there be a return? There will. All right, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Gets tripped up at about the 38-yard line for the 49ers. And so 80 says, there you go. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor, he has had a great game. Jonathan Taylor plus Michael Pittman Jr., those two have played really great for the Colts tonight. As for the 49ers, I can hear the faithful from here. They're screaming, we got to go Trey Lance the rest of the season. See what the kids got. Meanwhile, takes a snap. Jimmy looking. Jimmy throws it. It's caught by the back. And he's tackled. 2 guys get him on the play. At this point, it's just a good job holding onto the ball and not losing it. All right, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. They still get the 2-minute warning and 1 timeout. Jimmy takes a snap. Jimmy's looking. Pressure's around him. Jimmy throws it, and it's caught by the tight end. That's going to be a first down for the Colts. Pick up a 5 yards on the play. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this one. Getting close to the 2-minute warning. Jimmy takes a snap. Jimmy's looking. He throws it to the back, and it's caught. And he's trying to make a play and gets out of bounds. 2-minute warning. Pick up a 5 yards on the play. So now we're looking at 2nd and 5 from the Colts' 43-yard line. I need the Colts defense to make a play here. I'm going to need for them to make a play. And Mike calls him out. He says script flipper 80s. Or should we say script flipper 180s? But yeah, the 2-minute warning here, separated by 12 points. The 49ers so far on this drive, 3 plays, 19 yards. All right, so this is very big right here. This drive right here for my fantasy football team. And so, wow, let's see. All right, we've got 3 receivers on the play, 1 tight end, 1 back in the backfield in a shotgun. Jimmy G takes a snap. Colts sending forward. Jimmy going deep, ugly looking pass, and it is picked off. It's picked off by the Colts. That's picked off by the Colts. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered to help my fantasy football team out. We're going to be going to sleep very happy in this one. That was an ugly looking duck that Jimmy threw out there. Just going to throw that out there. Very ugly looking. But there you have it. And so there we go. So that's 4 turnovers on the day for the 49ers. You cannot win when you turn the ball over like that. I don't care who you are. You cannot win when you turn the ball over 4 times. Let's see. 80 says, JB did count the Ravens out in that Colts game. That was not the case. That was not the case. Meanwhile, let's see. Carson Wentz up under center. Got 1 back in the backfield. Takes it. Hands to the back. And that is, who's that back? That's Hines. Why would you do this to me, coach? Why put Hines in to close the game out? Let Marlon Mack do it. And so there goes that timeout. I don't get why they're running Hines for. It's just like they know that this is going to hurt my fantasy team. So they're specifically handing the ball to Hines. Yeah, I'm not happy by the coaching decision to put Hines in to close out this game. Every point matters in my fantasy football league. Carson Wentz up under center. Hines the back in the backfield. Hands it to Hines. Get him. He falls forward for about 3 yards on the play. '49ers cannot stop the clock. So you guys know what this means, what a first down would do. Let's see. 80 says, it's over. What the doctor ordered. Yep, it's a wrap. Let's see. Old man Mob says, Jimmy G is done. He is. Up, I see some movement here. You see, 80 says, Jimmy G is getting on a bus. That he is. They don't want him to stay down there in San Francisco. So, yeah, put him on a bus. False start in the offense. You see, Mike says, JB, when we first met, that was one of my main messages. You said mischief. What's your deal? I said, tell him how Jimmy is garbage. And so, let's see. Are we 1 away from 25? We're one more thumbs up away from hitting 25. Who's going to give us that magical 25? And who's also going to be our next subscriber and all like that? So definitely make sure if you haven't subscribed that you do subscribe to the channel. Let's see. Hines is the back in the backfield. They hand it to Hines. Hines, he's looking. He loses a yard on the play. I'm thankful for that. We'll take it. All right, so yeah, they're going to run this one down as much as they can. But yeah, clearly a tough day for the 49ers right here. That rain is symbolic of the type of season that they've been having so far. They've just been not having good breaks, and it just has not come together right now. It really has not. All right, so the Colts, they're going to punt this ball. There's 19 seconds on the clock. Kick is on the way. All right, we're going to get a return here. He makes a move, takes it to the Colts territory, and that's going to be at the Colts 47-yard line. 9 seconds left on the clock. This game has already been decided here that the Indianapolis Colts win this game. It's just a matter of getting this 9 seconds out the way here, which is obviously important for my fantasy team. I cannot give up a score here. Cannot give up a score. But it does give an opportunity to maybe get some more points for my fantasy defense. So let's see. All right, so the 49ers look like they're going to try to chunk one deep. Jimmy is looking. Jimmy feels the pressure. He steps up. Jimmy has to avoid the second guy. Third guy's on his trail. They got him. They got him. That's the game. It's a wrap. And the Indianapolis Colts went down to San Francisco, and they beat them. They have won 30-18. And with the schedule the Colts have coming up, I would not be surprised if they end up being above 500 in a couple of weeks now and start getting some momentum building in the future for them. So, yeah, watch what I say. By the time we get a couple of weeks from now, the Colts, they'll have a more favorable schedule now after the tough schedule that they started off with. So we'll see how things go for them. But for the 49ers, man, this is tough. At this point, I feel like you got to hand the keys over to Trey Lance once he's healthy and see what he's got the rest of the way at this point, and just realize where you are right now in the standings. You know, at 2-4, that's tough to come back from. So now it would be Trey Lance time for me as soon as he's healthy to put him back out there the rest of the way and just see what he's got, what you're working with, and get him some experience to pay off for next year and try to speed up that process. But yeah, there you go. Final score. The Colts have won 30-18 in this one. Carson Wentz and company came out with the victory in large part to guys like Jonathan Taylor, 18 carries, 107 yards, and Michael Pittman Jr., 4 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. But there we go. But yeah, appreciate you guys so much for coming through, guys, on a Sunday night. I know tomorrow's Monday, so we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. But appreciate you guys so much for coming through. And again, anybody that has not subscribed, make sure that you guys do subscribe to the channel already. We do these live streams 5 times out the week, 3 NFL games, 1 college football game, 1 NBA game. So definitely a great opportunity to see different teams play and just talk sports with all of us as we have fun doing this. So I appreciate you guys so much for coming out. I'll go ahead and get these next couple of comments here. Let's see. 80 says, good night, JB, Mike, and everyone in the chat. Thanks again for doing the stream. Hey, appreciate you for coming out once again, 80s. You have a great night, and appreciate you so much for coming out. And let's see. Joey, thank you so much for joining the stream again, man. Glad to have you here and appreciate you for coming out here. And yeah, the Colts came out and they won. There was a lot of turnovers in this game, but when it was all said and done, the Colts made the plays they had to make, and they scored in every single quarter. And ultimately, that's what made the difference in this one. But appreciate you for coming through. So yeah, glad you came through. And so let's see. And so Mike says, yo, Joey, there we go. You said, let's see. You did it, JB. Boom, 26, a new record. All right, so yeah, that's the new thumbs up record right there. Mike says 26. So yeah, that's great right there. And so Mike says later 80s. So absolutely. Yes, the old man Mob says, good night, bro, and thanks for the hard work. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the support, and I really appreciate you. And hey, you have a great night, and yeah, definitely enjoy the win that our Patriots had today against the Jets. I know it's been a long, trying season, but that win did feel good for our team. So definitely enjoy that one. And yeah, it's going to be a lot to forward to this upcoming week, as I got a feeling at least 2 big trades I'm expecting to probably go down sometime this week. I'm anticipating at some point. But yeah, appreciate you for coming through. And so let's see. Mike says, night, JB. Yeah, you take care, Mike. Take care, Mike. And hey, remember tomorrow, Monday Night Football, I'll be out here again. So if anybody can join, definitely appreciate you guys again, but appreciate you so much for showing up. And so, yeah, we reached that 25 likes mark. And hey, that's the new record now, the new standard. And so Joey said you just subscribed. Hey, I appreciate you so much for the sub, Joey. Really appreciate you and looking forward to seeing you on future streams there. And yeah, definitely thank you so much for coming through. And so, yeah, good night to you and good night, everyone else. Appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, again, we'll be streaming again Monday Night Football. And then if you're not able to make it that one, I'll be out Tuesday again for Tuesday. Well, it'll actually be for the NBA and that one. But yeah, definitely make sure you have your notifications turned on to see the streams when I set them up. But with that being said, thank you guys so much and see you guys next time. Have a great night.